Yo, chat. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Oh, I am so excited. I'm finally getting to Umar. Oh my god. Oh man, I'm finally getting to Umar. So we're gonna go ahead and do part two of his video that he did, and I've gotten so many other little video clips and stuff to show. You guys emailing me galore, and I love it. Um, what I'm gonna do is this, because I'm watching the second part of the first video that he did where he's recording from the mama closet. That one was 2 hours long. And I think we stopped at like an hour, 11 minutes or something like that. So that's what we'll pick up. And then tomorrow we'll do part three, where we'll do the second video, which is like an hour, 27 minutes long. And Blacklight TV got a new video. I want to see this parody. It's so funny. I want to see this. I haven't seen it yet. It looks funny. So, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button coming in. Okay, hit that like button. What's going on? Hey, Saint, how you doing? See, so this is the order violations. Yes, I got a couple videos I want to show first. Before we get to the mama in the closet part two. God. So I'm glad I'm able to. I had to get Candace out the way because she's always a clown. We don't take her seriously at all. Y'all, you'd be surprised at people that actually take her serious. They really do. It's sad, really. Oh, it's sad. It's pathetic. But me, no. No. Oh man. How you doing, Saint? And Francisca, Manny, Ghostface. Y'all good? Shout out to my moms. I appreciate you all. We had a whole little races up in the chat. Saint, you won't believe it was nonsense. They didn't think I would see them spelling out Nigger over and over and over and over. I was like, get your ass out of here. You bum. Child boo. Whole races up in there. Child, please. And then they say, I'm just having fun. You can't tell me what to do. On my channel, yes, I can. Bye. Block them. The audacity. Well, no, we don't do racial slurs. That's not necessary. Hey, S Files. I'm going to go on for a few minutes. Saint got the chat. Yes, honey. You've been holding it down for 4 hours over there with Candace. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. There, it's the orientation. We got the vertical and then we got the horizontal. So the vertical is for like all the cell phones and stuff like that. So, brother Malik, how you doing? You good? As far as I understand, child, I understand because as soon as I get off this, I'm going to bed myself. I want to bed myself. So, at any point you guys, have to hop off, it is all good. Um, and you can always catch the replay. So let's get to it. 12 people watching. Is Lennon still live? Because I saw he was live earlier. And he can do a 5-6 hour live if you let him. Like Lennon live forever. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. I have a couple videos that I want to show you all. We're gonna start with this video where they talk about. This is shout out to Black Anonymous that sent this. Umar Johnson taking wife resumes. What the hell? And then Blacklight did a new Umar Johnson doll parody video. I haven't seen it, and I've been resisting the urge to watch it. And damn it, I'm about to watch it. We're gonna watch it after this. So we're gonna go back to back. And make sure I have my lineup together. And we're gonna start off with the first one. It's like 3 minutes and some change. Let me go ahead and share. So this one here, Umar Johnson taking wife resumes. This is an old video. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is 8 years ago. But shout out to Black Anonymous for sending this over to me, because I believe he acknowledged the was it the cease and desist or something about the the court documents or the complaint rather from the board of psychology. I think he acknowledged it and then tried to act like it didn't apply to him or something. It's so crazy. Oh man, Lennon is still live. Okay, yeah. Well, we're gonna go live. And then as he, I guess, he's always welcome to watch. I think he does watch. I appreciate him. Shout out to Lennon. But we're gonna go ahead and get started, y'all, because I know it's already late, but I have to do this. I want to relax. This is gonna just give me a little laughter. All those parent calls asking for donations are against the law. Court order from 2019. Exactly. I watched it. Was awesome. Oh, cool. I got a lot to catch up on with Lennon. I got to catch up to his live. So let's get started with this one. And then we're going to go to Black Like Parody. And then we're going to go to the second half of the first of the two long videos of him trying to practice psychology from his mama's closet. Because, Umar, we all know you're homeless. You dingbat. All right, let's go.
See, and before I go to the next caller, let me say this. About a year ago, when I said that I didn't have a problem with sisters informing me or any other brother that they were interested in marriage and to send a resume. See, I don't have a problem with a woman sending a man a resume so he can make a decision as to whether or not she could be a potential mate for him. Because for me, marriage is serious business. It's serious business, especially for me and everything that I'm trying to do for the people before my ancestors get me up out of here. Okay, so I don't have a problem.
So that means he's never going to get married. Did he say women or any man for that matter? Did I hear that? He said, see, I don't have a problem with a woman
sending a man a resume so he can make a decision as to whether or not for any other
hold on, let me go.
That they were
any other brother
sisters informing me or any other brother that they were interested
okay.
in
I thought I heard something.
And to send a resume. See, I don't have a problem with a woman sending a man a resume so he can make a decision as to whether or not
it's all good, Wyoming.
She could be a potential mate for him. Because for me, marriage is serious business.
Catch the replay,
serious business.
I get it.
Especially for me and everything that I'm trying to do for the people before my ancestors get me up out of here. Okay, so I don't have a problem with sisters sending me a resume. I think that's a much more informed way of learning about a person than simply dating a stranger for years, only to find out later that, they were not who you thought they were. You didn't know about their background. So marriage is a business.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Umar. Where's your mother? And why aren't you showing us proof of life? Because I don't put anything past you. What's to stop me from believing that you somehow let something happen to her and you're just trying to cover her up in the house? Because, why can't you show proof of life again? I don't get it. He sent people after others that were critical of him. He sent goody goons to people's homes. He's doxed people. He has given out phone numbers and addresses and emails even before people were becoming concerned about his mother. But all of a sudden, he can't just put his mother in a video and show us that she's okay. Like, no one's asking for her medical information. We want to know if she's alive in the house. But he's sent people after others to their homes. Because hypocrisy and all, and cyber crimes.
It's like, you want to know about your business partner, you should know about your marriage partner. So I don't have a problem with a sister sending me a resume. I'm available. I'm serious. I'm ready to get married. This is what I bring to the table. This is my work experience. Yada, yada, yada. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that because being in the public eye, you come across so many women. You ain't got time to be screening every female you meet. You ain't got time for that. So if the woman comes
that's
to the
why
table,
he don't do
it already get you up front what she's working with, who she is, what she done been through, good, bad, and different. Personally, I appreciate that. That makes the search process a whole lot easier for me. I know y'all don't think that's a romantic way to do it. Damn the romance. It's business. Nation building time. Okay, we got T-Rump.
So marriage is a business for him, which is why he's never gotten married. Umar, you have 3 kids by 3 different women. So all you're saying is you don't take anything serious. And you have no intention on establishing business. And now that you're 51 years old, you're definitely not trying to establish any business. At 51, No, you're not opening that school up, and you know it.
Trump's coming in. Black folks is in trouble. Obama put you to sleep. Donald Duck is going to wake your ass up. So we need to get serious. We need to build some strong black families. We need some strong black families where the king and the queen are going to be on the same page, whether it's monogamous, polygamous, whatever it is. We need strong black
Wait,
families so we can do some strong.
how's a strong black family polygamous? Why does a strong black family unit have to be polygamous? Why can't marriage be between two people and that's it? Why do you need two or three different wives? And here's a funny thing: would it be polygamy, or would he find it acceptable if he's one of three husbands, and maybe you have a wife that decides she wants to marry three men? Why is that not okay? I'm just asking questions here. Why is it not okay for a woman to marry three men? But somehow he thinks it's okay for him to marry two women when he doesn't have a job. He can't even take care of himself. So he can't take care of himself, but he thinks it's okay to have a polygamous relationship representing a strong black family unit. Because for some reason, you can't have one person committed to the other person. It's just impossible. Really? That's what strong black families have to look like? It has to be polygamous? This can't be a representation of the conscious community at all. Because you hear a lot. I've heard, people like him and Brother Polite and this Nature Boy and Young Fair, all these dudes that walk around here talking about conscious community and black power and this, that, and third. And then they have multiple women. They're polygamous. They act like cult leaders. This has to be the worst display of the conscious community I've ever seen.
The king and the queen are going to be on the same page, whether it's monogamous, polygamous, whatever it is. We need strong black families so we can do some strong black work. Imagine if we had, groups of families working together. 10 families are forming a unit.
Hey,
those 10 families, husband and wife couple, are going to put their money together and they're going to build an institution. Look at that. What if we grouped up married couples by groups of 10? These 10 families working on the community center. These 10 families working on the community clinic. These 10 families working on the school. These 10 families working on the convenience store. These 10 families working on the supermarket. These 10 families working on the manufacturing sector. We need that. We need that. And if
they can't do that if you walking around here trying to sleep with everybody's wife. Yeah, he literally does not care about sleeping with someone else's wife, like some other man's wife. And then you talk about polygamy. No aspect of faithfulness or commitment at all. But yet he thinks, hey, marriage is a business, even though he's never been married.
They're married and happily married. And they're healthy.
You can't make this up.
We know we're going to have healthy institutions. You need healthy families in order to have healthy institutions. Okay? If a man and a woman can get along with each other, then they can get along with other people. If a man and a woman can get along with each other, then they can get along with other people. So, yes. You feel me? Queens, send a resume.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so this is Black. That was a 3-minute, almost 4-minute video from Black Anonymous. Shout out to Black Anonymous. Of his so-called perception of, Black women sending in resumes to be potential wives because reasons, right? And now this is Blacklight's new animated parody of the doll. Okay. And I've been waiting and saving this video. And now we're going to watch it. So put a 1 in the chat. Let me get some comments in right quick. What's going on? I appreciate if you have to get to bed, trust me. I understand. It is no worries. You can always do a replay tomorrow while you're working. I promise you it's going to be quick. Put it on 1.5 speed. It'll be funny. So shout out to all of you all for tuning in and support to all the mods in here. Thank you so much. If I can get a mod to drop the YouTube channel link for Black Anonymous as well as Blacklight TV, that would be fantastic. So we can show them some support. Y'all good, Wyoming again. No worries. Brother Malik Umold uses the resumes to contact women for cookies. In fact, he used to ask for pictures to be attracted. Strange. He's gross. What's going on, Junior? I hope it's okay for me to call you Junior. How about some teachers' resumes? You would think, right? Nah, it's too much like right for him. Bernard says, hello, everyone in LLC. What's going on? Minnie says $5 to $7 million to remove the black mold from FDMG entirely. Yeah, he'll never get that school open because he can't afford it. And then he won't be able to say how he's going to pay the teachers and staff because you cannot force them to work for free. That will be forced labor, Umar. And then they will sue you for back pay because you'll be violating all kinds of labor laws. You can't make this up. Ace Nation, we in this thing. What's going on? And they are homeless. Yeah. Umar would literally have whomever he's with homeless with him, living in the gym. Who knows? We're waiting on him to, show signs of life with the mother. Fast talkers, exactly. Him and Candace, they belong together. Umar and Candace always belong together. I promise. They're like male, female versions of each other. I don't know why they won't sit down and have a conversation. They will find out that they have more in common than they have that's contrast. Seriously. It's so crazy. What's going on, Mind Chaos? How you doing? What's going on, Ad? He's a pig. I know, right? But now I said, what crazy mess he up to? Oh, yeah. He's sitting here trying to play psychology from his mama's closet. So we're going to finish up the second half of the first video, and then tomorrow we're going to do the second video, which is like a little over an hour and 27 minutes. So we're just going to have some fun with this. I know it's a late live, you all, but we have to listen. I got to get this Umar in because, it's only so much of Candace in a day I can take. More of a reason why they need to have a conversation and hook up. That way they don't have to infect anyone else with their stupidity. It's just so crazy. Finally. I know, right, Tavares? I know, honey. I know. Now this cartoon was funny as F. Okay. TSA rolling. Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm up late tonight with the LLC. Oh, hang out with me, y'all. It's hilarious. When the dog says, ain't that suspicious? You have two lives simultaneously. Yes, it is for the views. So there's a vertical view or vertical broadcast now and a horizontal broadcast from StreamYard. And they count as two separate lives. So the vertical broadcast is for those who have the cell phones and, you want to do the full screen vertical view. That's what that's for. And I'm still figuring that out, but so far it's been pretty cool. And there is a lot of people coming in under that vertical view. You'd be amazed. I can see the difference back here, backstage on here. I can see who's coming in from the vertical broadcast versus the standard one. It's so weird. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ghostface. I appreciate that. Thank you all so much. We do have a $25 goal. Sometimes we meet the goal, sometimes we don't. But $25 goal goes towards the expenses of the channel and just to help with the channel to make content. So thank you all so much if you can support. If not, just hit the like button. Hit the like button and share the videos, share the content. Please make sure you all do that. All right, let's get going. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this video. Let's get to it. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see it here. Let's go.
Ancestors, bless this creation with wisdom, power, and premium riz. Yes, that's a good juju. I done snap.
Well, stop doing magic in my damn house.
Sorry, divine auntie. Playing this
This whole place smells like old books and basement. That's the thrift store smell, baby. Means you're about to find something with a story. Think anyone ever tells those stories? Only if we listen close enough.
Mom, what is that? Probably something nobody wanted. Just keep looking, baby.
Mom, I want this one.
If it's cheap, you can get it, baby.
Nice auntie house.
Donations.
Mom, hear that one?
He's kind of cute.
The accounts are still frozen.
Boy, put that back. That thing looks like it scams people in DM requests.
But Dad, listen. He talks.
You don't find that suspicious?
We're getting him. He's calling to me.
Calling to who? You don't find that suspicious?
That back. That thing looks like it scams people in DM requests.
But Dad, listen. He talks.
You don't find that suspicious?
We're getting him. He's calling to me.
Calling to who? It's a $10 demon. Swallowing the Shango. Whatever, man. Whatever. Dear Cool, you have hereby been excommunicated from the...
Wait a
Get it, baby.
Donations. Donations.
Mom, hear that one? He's kind of cute.
The accounts are still frozen.
Boy, put that back. That thing looks like it scams people in DM requests.
But Dad, listen. He talks.
You don't find that suspicious?
We're getting him. He's calling to me.
Man, this is
Calling the who? It's a $10 demon. Swallowing the Shango.
Whatever, man, whatever.
You have hereby been excommunicated from the African race, and we have rebirthed you into the European power.
Don't make me call my ancestors.
It's the Cash App for Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy.
Oh, you wild. Do it again.
Goonie Goon Goon Squad.
You can't be doing your hair unless you're paying us a fee. That's the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Open up your peach cobbler for the Caucasian.
If you were alive, what would you do right now?
I'm looking for a single mother with benefits.
Huh? What?
Good night, Elephant. You funny.
Uh-oh.
Rise and grind, my little homie.
Lily Fantunde?
Oh, yeah, it's me, player. I clocked in.
You're alive?
Shh, hush, boy. Trying to get me returned to that damn dusty thrift store? You're alive? Absolutely. Now answer me this. Why your daddy hate me so much? Why is he cooning so bad? Man got the energy of someone who lost a tax refund, brother. He cooning too hard.
He said that you scam people.
Child, I scam no one. They donate voluntarily with love and Cash App. You got snacks? See, Little Papa thrives off of fruit snacks and high vibrational Capri Suns. Now that is generational wealth, brother. Abatunde, do you do magic? Of course, young brother. Check this out. Did you do that? Of course, young brother. Dollar store magic still counts. And don't worry, little homie. I got big plans for this family.
I'll be back Thursday. Don't let that doll in my room.
Why we?
Just don't.
At that dog.
Bobby.
Huh? What the? What the? How did you get over there? Jerome? Just a doll. It's just a regular old doll.
Hello, my Nubian goddess. You smell like cocoa butter and opportunity.
Stop moving toward me.
You and me, power couple.
Opportunity.
You a natural queen. And me, a handsome 8-inch king with generational juju. We can build a dynasty, goddess. Back up. I've been watching you fold laundry like wifey material. My mocha mocha chocolate goddess deluxe. Love me, support my own business and my juju, baby.
Oh my God. Oh God. Please stop. Please stop.
You and me, power couple.
Leave me alone.
Dude, he just trying to take advantage
You a
of.
queen, and I'm a handsome 8-inch king with big plans for this family.
Yo, that was scary. Is he trying to take
My mocha
something
mocha
up?
chocolate goddess deluxe. Love me,
What the?
support my own business and my juju, baby.
Oh my God.
Cut that doll in.
Oh God. Please stop. Please stop.
You and me, power couple.
Leave me alone.
You a queen, and I'm a handsome 8-inch king with big plans for this family.
Flight got delayed, baby. What the hell?
We duel for the goddess.
Nigga, what? What the f is this?
You picked the right day to act up. Let's go then. That power on your ass. That cookies, goddess. You don't want the cookies. You don't want the cookies.
Oh, man.
The comedic back kick. Open up, goddess. Let me in. Let me in.
I know what hurts you.
Come on now. I just want to love you, baby.
No money.
Oh my gosh, did you just assault me? I'm calling 911. Meet Snow Bunny Bianca, built with full care and capabilities. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
collect
God.
those too.
You are tainted cookies. No! The ancestors did not prepare me for this. Cool ass bitch. I'll be back.
I say the cash out to pay. Y'all, what is that green dust? Is that supposed to be black mold or something? What is the dust particles? You can't make this up. He get knocked out. Get out of here. Y'all, I had to put it on mute. We're laughing the whole time. What is this stuff? Y'all, is this supposed to represent the black mold sports? I can't breathe.
Come on now. I just want to love you, baby. Comedic back kick.
Oh, God. He whooped his ass.
Open up, goddess. Let me in. Let me in.
I know what hurts you.
Come on now. I just want to love you, baby.
Oh my gosh, did you just assault me? I'm calling 911. Meet Snow Bunny Bianca, built with full care and capabilities. Yeah, I collect dolls too.
You are tainted cookies. No! The ancestors did not prepare me for this. Coon ass bitch. I'll be back. Get the cash.
I was about to get my pistol out the room, but I see y'all handled it.
Oh my God.
I'll be back. Word to the ancestors.
Oh no.
We here to stay, yeah, like TV.
Black light. Oh man. Well done. Are you kidding me? That was awesome. Oh, that was so good. Oh, he should have so many views on this. Y'all, we gotta help like this video up in the views. That was awesome. Well done, Black Light. Oh my God. Okay. Let's get to because I timestamped.
Instagram tapping at this.
Yeah, I had to timestamp it, y'all. So here's where we left off with Umar being in the closet of somehow thinking that he has a license or certificate to practice psychology. So before we get started with that again, pick up where we left off. Let me get some more comments in. Let's see here. We'll make sure. I love a late live. I be up and always in rehearsal when y'all are live. Okay, cool beans. Hit the like. Y'all hit that like button. Let's get these videos up. These Umar videos up. Back up in the algorithm. Let's get them up. Let's get them up. Share this content. That's why I want to make sure I don't waste time because I want you guys to be able to enjoy the content and the commentary here. Maybe Umar will sleep with Jordan's wife. Listen, that's exactly what I'm saying. They need to hook up. You know, she wouldn't care. Umar wants a business partner with an opportunity. It's exactly what she would be. Because George Farmer is slipping. He's just letting her do what she wants. Child. People wanted them to debate each other, but it never happened. Candy and Fumar. Oh man. Yeah, they probably would break the internet. He might need to be open to that. If he wants some money for real, yeah. Go do a debate with Candace Owens. That ought to fare well for them. They both conspiracy theorists. They'll just be throwing jabs at each other the whole time because neither one of them have any facts to spit. So it'd be like the greatest verbal argument you've ever heard. You can't make this stuff up. Everybody speak to everybody. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Got a couple new people here. David, how you doing? David Phillips. Appreciate you. Not his auntie house. I know, right? Good juju in the divine auntie. That's the doo-doo particles. I was wondering that. I said it could either be the black mold spores or it's like the dookie dust or something. You can't make this stuff up. Dookie dust just spilling up in the air. I remember my mom taking me to thrift stores as a kid. Brings back memories. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got to be honest. My grandmama always took me to a mall. That's why I hate malls. It wasn't like the shop. It was just, let me waste 2-3 hours on a Saturday morning and come back with, a couple cookies from the American Cookie Company and a yogurt. And that was it. Whole day spent at the mall for nothing. Like now I just hate going to malls. But it's good memories nonetheless. Good memories. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super, Tavares. I appreciate that. Here's towards the goal. I'll make it 10 next time. Oh man, I appreciate. I don't care if it's $1. I appreciate it. It's all any help towards the channel, the expenses, the StreamYard, the Xfinity. I gotta get this desk ordered. I have not been able to do that, y'all. I'm gonna just do it tonight. I'm just gonna chop it up and do it tonight. And post it up so you guys can see it on the channel post. Your contributions at work. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's a blessing. It really is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know that's all you had. I know that's all you had. Oh man, thank you for your support. It's the mode. Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Like the mode, the green mode. Took that Umar. All right. Hit the PayPal. Hit the cash app. Black light is on it. Okay. Thank you so much for the leaks. Thank you all for dropping the leaks so we can show them some support. See that this is order violations. My thing was happy. I didn't need to see that. Shout out to Black Light, y'all. That was too funny. Too funny. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to the remaining portions of this video he did in the closet. I don't know if he wasn't letting them call in. He was calling them. And then he would say their name and where they are. Like what city, state they're located in. Like no one needs to know that, Umar. No one needs to know where they're located. That was never necessary. But, people like him and, Candace's weird ass, they don't care about privacy and security or anything. Nah, it's too much like right. It's just let's commit cyber crimes because reasons. All right, let's get to it.
The parent on Instagram with a question. Let me see. Jamaican going once. Just Jamaican going twice. I think I tapped her in. You coming up just Jamaican or you don't? You good? Okay, I don't want nobody trying to tap in unless okay, there you go. Where you at, Sister Jess? Sister Jess, are you there? I can't hear you, my queen. Sister Jess. Did you pay that cell phone bill, Sister Jess? Okay, I'm gonna remove Sister Jess.
What the hell
have a
you
parent
say?
trying to tap in on Instagram Live. Sister Seisha. Let's see if Sister Seisha want to tap in. Let's see if Sister Seisha want to tap in with a question. Sister Seisha going once. Sister Seisha going twice. Sister Seisha going 3 times. Let me remove Sister Seisha. I don't want you on the end. Do not tap in unless you have a question. Sister Ukina going once. Sister Ukina going twice. Sister Ukina, I need to see your face, beautiful.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dr. Umar.
Okay, you have a question, Mom?
I do. So
why I can't see your face?
Okay.
Show me that beautiful face. Show me that beautiful
Why is that necessary?
Dr. Umar, I'm not a black queen. I'm so sorry. I'm not a black queen. But
Wait. Manny says you text Umar with number and city. He calls you back. Why would he need to know the city? That's so weird. I know, right, Francisco? Why would he need to know the city? He's sitting up here talking about, did you pay your phone bill? These women probably have making more money than you do, Umar. Because they got a job and all. It's so crazy. He's talking about they didn't pay the telephone bill. He is just absolutely. Why does he need to see their face? Isn't the idea to answer their question? As long as you can hear her voice, you already know where she lives and you got her name and the number. This is madness. All for something he should not be doing, according to state laws in Pennsylvania, along with the Board of Psychology recommendation from an entire hearing that was conducted, where he lied and said he'd never claimed to be a psychologist to begin with. You can't claim to be anything, even if it's a certified school psychologist, unless you're employed with the school or contracted with the school, Umar. And you still have to have an active certification. Now they don't want you to go get anything because you keep lying. This is so ridiculous. He could just do a gossip column and be done with it.
I do have a question.
You don't sound like a white queen. What's your ethnicity?
I'm Filipino, Dr. Umar.
All right, come on. I'm gonna let you come on in. You Filipino. I'm gonna let you come on in. Come on, Sister Station. Come on.
Oh,
Come on in.
okay.
Come on.
Okay, no, no.
It's all right. Come on.
No, I'm not white. I'm not white. This is not white. Anyways,
Wait, let me see
I
your
have a
whole
question,
face.
Dr. Umar.
You
So
black.
what
Let
do
me see
you?
your face, woman. Show me.
I
that
am not
black.
black,
Why?
Dr. Umar. I'm not black. I'm not black.
Let me see you then. Let me see you one time. You sound like
No,
a
you
sister.
see, I'm not black. This is not
Let me
black.
show your face. You might be Filipino, but show your face.
Okay,
Why?
wait.
Because a lot of y'all Filipinos are African ancestry. Move your hand. Okay, okay. Go right ahead. Ask your question. What's up with all them?
Okay.
What's up with all them rings, Station? What's up with all them rings?
I like it, Dr. Umar. Okay, so I have a question.
Sure,
So,
go ahead.
okay, so do you think Melanesians
What
are
the?
black?
He is
Because
such
there's a lot of,
a
you know,
A lot of them are.
He's such a
They don't
I
creep.
say it,
agree.
but a lot of them are.
No, I agree too. Because there's a lot of like black people in the Philippines that are like Eta, right? Like they're not necessarily like African, but they're still black. Like, what do you think of those kinds of like those races, right?
Right. Well, here's the thing. You have race and you have ethnicity, and then you have identity, right? So there's a
Okay.
strong African presence in Melanesia. Well documented, by the way. Well documented by both black and white scholars. But then the question becomes is, do they know their history and do they identify with the race? Because again, for me, it's not just enough to be biologically black. You have to identify with the race. I was in Australia last November, right? In the Aboriginals of Australia, it has been proven that they are the first Africans. Turn your phone down, Sage. They are the first Africans to leave the continent. It is widely believed that the Aboriginal Australians are the first Africans to leave the continent. But let me ask you this. Why do you ask that question? Why do you ask that question?
I ask that because it's a lot of Aboriginals that I know that consider themselves black, but a lot of African Americans don't consider themselves black, right?
Exactly,
Well,
Tamara.
that's because a
He's
lot of
an
African Americans
idiot.
suffer from hate, self-hatred. We've been beat down so much in this country that we don't want to be black anymore. A lot of us. That's all that is. That's just self-hatred.
Exactly, Francisca.
So why do you think a lot of African Americans have self-hatred?
He asking about rings and well, how did they get on this topic? I thought he was only answering questions about a kid, what IEP plans and stuff. Things he shouldn't even be asking about, by the way. But it's just like, what are you talking about right here? You're talking about Filipino, like who? What is they saying? They mostly black. Who told him that? You can't make this up.
Because of slavery, oppression, 21st century Jim Crow. You know what we've been through in this country. 500 years.
Honestly, no, that's fair. Like, I feel like a lot of Filipinos hold a lot of self-hatred because of colonization. Like, a lot of them want to claim other races, like Japanese, Spanish, and it's like, bitch, we're Filipino. Like, and it'd be the most Filipino-looking motherfucker to claim any other race, which is crazy. Anyways,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I feel like the
No
people want
problem.
me to go, but
Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate
it was really nice talking to you, Dr. Umar.
Likewise,
Thank you.
likewise. No problem.
Bye.
All right. Let's go back to the phones. Shout out to the Filipino Africans. Shout out to the Filipino Africans. Shout out to the Filipino Africans.
Filipino, that's not how that works. Oh my God. You can't make this up. Is he burping? He's so gross. Thank you. What? He dressed like a 13-year-old kid. I told y'all he said just like a teenager. He's stuck in a teenager mentality. She apologized for not being a black queen. Like, she did not have to do that.
Good morning, my queen. You're in South Carolina. What is your first name?
You're in South Carolina.
Crystal. I didn't read your text, Crystal, so you can just go ahead and ask your question live.
So I am a 44-year-old single professional raising an 8-year-old son who's in 3rd grade. All of his teachers have complained about his lack of focus in school.
Girl, why do you need to tell him you're single? He really does not need to know if you're single or married or divorced or widowed. None of that it's not important to a person that is an actual true psychologist. They ask those outliner questions just to try to gauge the exposure of the child. You got a lot of smart kids that come out of single parent homes. So you can't like, why even volunteer that information? And if you would ask me something, first of all, I would never talk to him. But if you would ask me something like that, like, okay, no, we're talking about an educational plan for my kid. We're sticking to that. Don't need to know that. I've actually read the DSM criteria. You don't need to ask me that. It's not necessary. He already given out their location. Why would you need to tell someone's location? Who cares if she's in South Carolina? What is that for?
From pre-K up into 3rd grade. So his 3rd grade teacher is saying that she believes he has ADD.
ADHD. There is no more ADD. There's only ADHD.
Okay, so she said the one that's not hyper, but the one where or he lacks focus and is not attentive.
Okay, let me share something with you. You listening to me, my queen?
Yes, sir.
In 1987, the American Psychiatric Association did away with attention deficit disorder as a diagnosis. There is no such thing as attention deficit disorder. There's only attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Your son's teacher is not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, so she don't know that. There is no ADD. There's only ADHD. If you get your...
Stop. Umar, you are not a psychologist either. You clown. You oompa loompa. You are not a psychologist either. Having a degree does not give you the authority to practice psychology. You should not be giving assessments or evaluations or none of that. You were never even certified or licensed to be a psychologist. And the only time you could say certified school psychologist is if you were employed by a school or contracted with a school. Now, the Board of Psychology doesn't even want you saying that. They don't even want you to get a license because you are misleading the public when you do stupid stuff like this. This is so dangerous. It's not even funny. You got these people calling him about their minor children. He said there's no ADD. Okay, I'll look it up.
Son evaluated for ADHD. They're going to classify him as ADHD, and it's going to be as primarily inattentive. That's going to be a subtype, primarily inattentive. But he's still going to be classified with ADHD. Now, stay with me. There's no drug that can make your son pay attention. So if your son doesn't pay attention and he is not hyperactive, it would be a waste of time to get him evaluated because there is no drug that can make you pay attention. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Is he hyper?
No.
Not really. I mean, no more than a regular kid, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So there's need for an evaluation. If you get that evaluation, they're going to try to put him on drugs anyway. If you don't want your son on crack for kids, there is no need for ADHD evaluation. He's a regular black boy. Now, does he need some discipline? Absolutely. I'm willing to bet that your son lacks effort.
Oh, my God.
He may lack motivation. He may lack interest, and he may lack focus. Those are the 4 things that we got to deal with before we start throwing around discipline, behavior, and disabilities. Effort, focus, motivation, and interest.
Is he telling her not to get her son medical treatment, like if he needed medications? You mean to tell me you're telling her not to get that? Is he for real? S-File said, should I call him? I don't know. You might get trapped in that call, child. That call will suck you through the phone and you'll never come back. You can't make this up. Maddie said, dirty toilets. Isn't it? Only a small minority living in the outskirts are black. Exactly. Like Aboriginal Australians. Yep. Umar is stupid. Yes, he is. I'm late. Hey, Booze. Hey, Cher. How you doing? What's going on with my Austrian Africans? You can't make this up. What's going on? Coulette says, Tavares, maybe he is Mr. Wendell. Oh, my God. Y'all proceeds to talk over her. Exactly. Does he still do this? Oh, this is new. S-Files. He just did this on the 15th. That's why I said we got to finish up these videos. He just did this call session on November 15th, 5 days ago. And he's still at it. You can't make this stuff up. He is still doing this. So he can learn the hard way. His Cookie Candace can be a detective. Then Umar can be a doctor. Oh, that's what they try to say. You can't make this stuff up or text my phone or whatever. Now, if you text him, I think it is where he's having them text him and they have to leave their name, number, location, something like that. And then when he call them, then he putting it out there where you live, like what city or state you live in. Like it's so stupid. No one needs to know that. You don't need to know where they're located if they're calling in. It's so dumb. It's like doing a video call and it's like, hey, what state are you from? Why? I'm virtual. We're talking over a video call. Like, it's so ridiculous. He's sitting here saying she shouldn't get her kid medicine. You can't make this up.
I can agree on certain subject matter. Don't get it twisted. He has good grades.
Okay, good. Glad to hear that. But if he got good grades, we ain't gonna drug him up anyway. You feel me? Because he's doing what he got to do.
He's stronger in math and reading. He doesn't like reading, so the lack of effort and motivation comes to reading. But he has a B in reading right now, so it's not like he can't do it. He just don't want to do it.
So my question for you is this: what is the discipline program in the classroom, and what is the discipline program in your home? In other words, if we want him to focus more, we got to motivate him. And you motivate.
This isn't live. This isn't happening like right now. This was pre-recorded and it was posted up back on the 15th from shout out to Danny's World. Let me drop the link to the video in the chat. Shout out to Danny's World. And then I think Lynn and Dick just got through covering these. But I mean, everybody's getting on him about this. This is highly illegal. It's highly illegal.
Children with rewards and consequences. So if your son comes home and he had a bad day at school, what is the consequence? And if he has a good week at school, what is the reward? Consequences are every day. Rewards are only once a week. So what are the consequences in your home when he comes home if he had a bad day?
He is grounded. No screen time. He has to do homework, reading, chores.
Well, homework is not a punishment. Homework is a regular.
Right.
Everyday
Well, I mean, he's basically grounded. Now in the school, I think they make them do like reflection papers, and they take a recess and various things in school. But he hasn't been written up for anything.
He hasn't been written up?
No.
So let me ask you this.
He hasn't had official written up.
I got you. So let me ask you this then. On a scale of 1 to 10, this problem that the school is having with your son regarding a lack of focus, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 meaning it's a major issue, like he's stressing them out, and 1 is this ain't a big deal at all. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put this?
I would put this at a 5 or a 6.
Okay, so it ain't that big of a deal right now.
If he had the right teacher to discipline him and not coddle him, I think he would be good because he gets it at home. It's just when he gets in school.
Okay, but they're not trying to put him in special ed, put him on drugs, nothing like that.
Well, she recommends that.
Do not do that. Do not do it. I'm telling you, don't do it.
I agree. I have started non-medicated changes such as changing his diet, giving him more sleep. I reduce his screen time.
And you need to get serious with the discipline. That's where we're missing out. And I know you're not consistent with the discipline because mothers don't find discipline. It don't come natural to y'all because y'all the nurturers. Women.
That's a damn lie. Stop. Nope. You will not insult any mother because you want to basically try to call us weak. You fat Oompa Loompa sitting at home in your mama's closet. Is he not in his mama's closet? So now women don't know how to discipline? 24 in the chat. Hit the like button, people. Thank you so much. I'm seeing 38. Make sure y'all hit the like button for me so we can keep this video up in the algorithm. Is he saying that women doesn't know how to discipline? You got women that do discipline. What type of discipline is he talking about? Because it doesn't always have to come down to a physical act either. And then once your kids get so old, to a certain age, you're not still trying to beat them with a belt or anything like that. What is he talking about? That type of punishment doesn't always work on every child. Sometimes it's just a matter of sending the kid to their room alone. That might do the trick. Making them read a book, taking away the electronics. It's depending on what really works for your kid. And he's sitting here talking about y'all are nurturers and all this while he sits here and ignores his own children that he did not help raise. Mighty funny how he's got 3 baby mothers that have had to raise his kids by themselves mostly. And he had no hand in it. But yet, they're too scared. We're too scared to actually discipline. Get the F out of here. Are you kidding me? I still get punched in the arm by my godmother. You kidding me? I'm grown as hell. If I say, man, oh my God, y'all. Story time. So, this was like, my oldest son is 17. Okay. So this was a good 15 years ago. He wasn't even 2 yet. It was 16 years ago. And I went to church. At the time I was married, my ex-husband and I went to church, came out, y'all. He turned the car on and the car went haywire. Okay. Car is spilling out fluids, gushing out everything. It's just losing its mind. And it was like it was possessed. I took my child, got back out that car. I had told my ex-husband at the time, I told him not to get that car. I said, I don't like this car. It was a Dodge Ram. And I said, I don't like this vehicle. I don't like how it sounds and all this stuff when he bought it. Don't get this stupid car. I hate that trunk. It looked like a Tonka truck. I said, don't get this nonsense. You're going to get something that's reliable and dependable. We wanted an SUV. He went and got the thing anyway. He didn't listen to me. So it was like God teaching him a lesson. Ironically, we're at church and we're about to leave church from the first service. It was like the early morning service. And we go to the car and the vehicle starts to act up in the church parking lot. I said, see, that's a sign right there. See right there? This is what happens when you don't listen. I told you not to buy this stupid truck. So I called my godmother. This is the one that's retired as a magistrate federal judge. My godmother retired back on November 1st or something like that last month. Didn't tell me to the 1st. I'm still pissed. But she's a magistrate federal judge, okay? She and I might be this, I think she might 2-3 inches taller than me. She gets to church. I called and said, hey, this is what's going on with the car. We go to the same church. She doesn't live too far away from it. And at the time, we was like 30 minutes from the church. I said, this is what's happening. It's losing its mind. It's going haywire. I told this idiot not to buy the vehicle. Now we're stuck here at the church. Can you please give us a ride home? So, of course, she's like, okay, it's fine, but I'm going to go to service first. So she's coming to church. We ready to go. So she wasn't going to just take us home right away. No. Judge wanted to stay there to go to do service, which is fine. So I had to sit through another service. After I realized that, I was so irritated. I got my 1-year-old baby, only packed just like 2-3 bottles. I didn't even have enough to last another service like that because he was greedy and all. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, this is about to be so bad. I'm thinking about walking up to the nearest McDonald's just to get him some fries or something, just to get my mind away from everything. I was so frustrated. Why I get to the church, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Mamas don't play that nonsense. You go to church, you better not look like you frustrated or mad, because my facial expressions come through very clean and clear. I'm telling y'all that. You can tell exactly how I feel with my facial expressions. And Judge was not for play that day. So she get to church, she parks, and I'm already sitting in the sitting area, like the little lobby area between, it's like a little lobby sitting area between the main sanctuary, and you got the space, and then you got the outdoor. So it's like double doors, and you got the vestibule. It's this like a little, just kind of sitting area, guest information desk area. And she walks up on me, y'all, and my face is frowned the hell up. I'm sitting in church mad, and then I'm light skinned. So when I get mad, my face turns red. So I'm mad, frowned up, my face flushed with red. It's like blood just heated up in my body. I'm so pissed off. And I got my child here, who's a baby at the time. He's like a year old, not even 2. And he's irritated. I only packed so many bottles. It was so much going wrong that day. I had already told this numbnut, don't buy this stupid truck. I don't like, the truck. I didn't like it. It was a stupid truck. It sounded like it had issues from the beginning. And then he did it anyway. So I'm like, yeah, ironic that it would mess up in church. It's like God trying to tell you something. Listen to your wife. So he didn't do that. And now my mama shows up at church. This woman, a whole judge. Let me tell y'all something. This was just only 3 people on earth I've never, ever, and I can say never, ever, like, give it any slight talk back or anything to. My grandmother, my father, and my godmother. Because that woman scares me. You imagine this. A federal judge is sitting here and knock somebody out. She gonna get away with it. She ain't gonna get, police ain't gonna do that. So I'm sitting at church. That's the last place you go with the frowny face. And I'm flushed. She come over to the bench where I'm sitting because she wanted to get, hold a baby and everything. And she sees my face, and this woman looks at me. She said, hold on. What? Little girl. What's wrong with your face? I said, what do you mean? What? Why are you mad? I said, because our truck is having a demonic possession attack outside. The baby's running out of bottles. I only packed like 3 of them. And he sucked through these bottles, and it's irritating. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. And this idiot bought this stupid truck and didn't listen to me. Now it's like God's trying to show him the hard way, and me and my child are still paying the price for it. And you come up here and tell me you're going to take me and the baby and take us home, which is fine, but we got to sit through another service. And I don't think he has enough milk. This woman looked at me, and next thing I know, y'all, I'm being punched in my left shoulder by a whole federal judge. And I couldn't even look at her weird. Can you imagine this federal judge just punched me in the left shoulder? And then it most like at least 2-3 times back to back to back. It was like a reflex. It took everything in me to not reflex back. Like I couldn't even flinch because I didn't want her to think I'm trying to fight her. Yeah, I would have lost by default, by job title. Like I told her, I said, your title alone is going to deter a lot of people. You cannot be a federal judge and go punch your child in the shoulder. In the arm. Y'all. Between me and my youngest brother, we got like a 16, 15-year age gap. So, you know, she's still at that age, she was still, you know, they were still young. She was still spanking, like she was still giving them that physical type of punishment. So with me, you know, I'm not gonna pull out a belt, but she punched me in the arm. I was sitting there like, I don't even know what to do with this. I said, Mom, please stop. Please stop. By the third hit, y'all, I'm telling you right now. I said, Mom, please stop. I get it. I got it. So why you sitting here frowned all up and still all this stuff? She was so mad because we were sitting in church. She's like, I can't believe I have to even say something to you about this. I'm like, you don't have to say you forgetting the fact I'm a human being. Like I don't have the right to be frustrated. She said, not right now. Told me to get the hell over it. You know, you gotta you just gotta work that out. You in church. Nope. You can't do that in church. No. She said, not right now. So I'm gonna go in church. And then her and my dad like deacon, deaconess. This is my godparents, y'all. But they did help raise me. They did. They helped raise me. And they're deacons and deaconesses at church, at our church, because we all members of the same church. So she was like, I'm going to church. You can get it together. You and the baby can go in the baby room and go sit in there. But y'all not going nowhere until I'm done with service, and then I'll take y'all home. But sitting here looking all mad and angry, what is that gonna do? I was like, make me feel bad. Man, she punched me in the arm. I'll tell y'all, man, I didn't think she could carry a punch like that, but that hurt. I was like, Mom, please stop. Yes, in Georgia. In Georgia. She punched me in the arm 3 times in church, y'all. It's like the only place where you can get disciplined, and then everybody's kind of like, yeah, you know, you probably had that coming. You don't act up in church. You just don't cut up in church. The beat down in church is different. It's not the same. It's just not the same. I was like, Mom, please stop. Why are you punching me in the arm? What are you doing? Because she was like, I can't hit you nowhere else. I'm not in the mood to have to explain that. I was like, yeah, right. I ain't like anybody would do anything to you. Like I know what I'm up against. Y'all had to sit there and take them punches in the arm. That madness hurts. So, yeah, all that to say, Black women do punish their children. Here I am, married with a child, and still getting punished in church by my godmother. We do punish our children. I don't know why he think that Black mothers are already like we weak or something. Child, boo. Umar, you're an idiot. You're a whole idiot. Now you finna sit here and have all these Black mothers going back to beating on the kids, and they probably shouldn't even be doing that. I got punched in the arm 3 times at church, and I'm grown with a child and a whole husband and a household and a job and everything else. My mom took time to punch me in the arm 3 times. My godmother, she did. If she would have kept going, she would have really damaged something. She was putting force into it, y'all. It was like, pop, pop, pop. I'm like, wait a minute. Mom, please stop. What are we doing? I shouldn't even be able to hear you punching me in the arm. I can hear him. It's like smack, smack, smack. You can't make this stuff up, man. Y'all, my aunt paid the price for that for 2 days, and I'm light skinned. So it was a little red and bruised a little bit. I was sitting here like, man, I can't believe this. He talking about mamas don't see and get on their kids. The devil, Umar and the devil are both a lie. Okay? Mothers discipline their kids. They don't care if you grown either. They don't care about you being married and having no child. Go to church if you want to with the frowny face. See what happens. Kyra said, I fell asleep in church and my grandmother pinched me. Child, yes. We still catch it, y'all. I was in high school. Thank you. Karma, I was grown. I was like 26, 27. Grown with a master's degree, a husband, kid, a job, a whole household managed. And she did not hesitate to punch me in the arm 3 times. Talking about fix your face. Fix your face. Y'all, that was it. Fix your face. I was like, Mama, please stop. I couldn't even do anything. It was either her hope and pray she stopped punching me in the arm, or just have to endure it until she just decided to stop on her own. I am. But him saying that the mothers don't discipline their kids, that's a damn lie from the pit of hell. He better return that lie to sender. We don't play that in church. I would take a whooping from dad any day than to take a whooping from mom. Thank you. My dad wouldn't even spank me like that. But my mom, she didn't hesitate. My godmother, she didn't hesitate. They 3 punches to the arm like that, y'all. It wasn't even fair. I didn't see it coming. She was holding my son, but had him turned away where he couldn't see it. Can you make this up? It's nonsense. I said, Mom, please stop. Oh, God, the South don't play when it comes to religion church. Oh, yeah, no. You can't go to church looking crazy. So Umar lying like hell, once again, talking about mothers are not disciplinary. You out your damn mind.
You're not the disciplinarians. That's our job. We're the
You can make that up.
The nurturers. So being a disciplinarian doesn't come easy to a mom, but you have to do that and you have to be that. So I need you to step that up. Is he the only child in all?
Those moms that make
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Probably,
and that's what makes it even tougher on you because he's the only child. But you got to get tough. And if that means you have to start depriving him of some of your attention when he comes home, that can be part of the punishment too. You don't talk to me when you have a bad day at school. You come home, you do your homework, you have your dinner,
you file
you go
the
to bed.
motion
I'm telling you right now,
No.
nothing will piss your son off more than having to go to bed early while the sun is still up.
No, I couldn't file no motion. She would have really beat my ass. No. I don't even think the police would have believed her. They would have been like, she's a federal judge. We're not in the mood. So, to be honest, I asked, another true story, asked some police officers, because we had, at the time, we have, at least 1 or 2 police officers that will help direct traffic out of the church. So one day I asked them, I said, would you all ever give a ticket to a federal judge? One of them looked at me and said, no, flat out. The other one said, it depends. I said, what if she's speeding and she's driving like 80 miles an hour through a 50 mile per hour zone area? He was like, what type of judge is this? I said, federal. He was like, He didn't even want to answer. He didn't want to say that. He didn't even want to answer. I was like, see, now I know you can get away with speeding and not get a ticket. Oh, no. Yeah, I filed that motion chapu. She would have been, she would have came. Oh, she would have beat me up, man. It would have been funny, though. Y'all, yeah, that would have been the biggest prank ever. Yeah, she would have made sure I went to jail. You can't make this stuff up.
With nothing in his room that he can use to enjoy himself. Never underestimate the power of boredom. Boredom can break behavior if you are consistent.
I know, right?
Your son is only in the 3rd grade. He loves his attention from his mother more than anything else. For a 3rd grader, attention is more important than oxygen. You starve him of your attention, you starve him of other people's attention, and he will break.
Okay.
But remember, you have to be disciplined in order to teach discipline. If you're not disciplined, you cannot teach discipline. I'm still not have to say, Queen, that you have to be consistent. You must be absolutely consistent with your discipline regimen.
Okay.
I want you to get a calendar. Go to Office Depot, Office Max, Walmart. Get you one of those plastic laminated wall calendars and get you 2 color markers. And every day he come home from school, let's say you got a blue marker for school and a green marker for home. Okay. And if he had a good day at school, he get a smiley face. If he had a bad day at school, he get a sad face, would say the green marker. And then with the blue marker, if he had a good day at home, did his chores, did his homework, blah, 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 he'll get a smiley face or a sad face. And then what you tell your son is, I need you to get 3 good days out of 5 or 4 good days out of 5. You decide what the criteria is. And if he meets that criteria for the week, you and him will do something fun during the weekend. Don't use money. Don't use expensive gifts. Don't use money. Don't use expensive gifts. In 3rd grade, he wants your attention. Y'all go to the mall. Y'all go to the movie.
So next time Umar asks for money to the Cash App and PayPal, just send him a text of a smiley face or a frowny face, depending on how he's done well for the day. And if he get 3 smiley faces, just let him know I don't use money. I don't use gifts. I'm just going to send you a thank you note. And that's it. That'll be your contribution to society. Because he's giving out this dumbass advice. Okay. I don't use money. I don't use gifts, Umar. But I'll send you a smiley face if you've done well. And if you have not done well and you've been a horrible, horrible 51-year-old grown man, baby child, then I'm going to send you a frowny face. And then I'll post it up on YouTube. You can't make this up. What is he telling her to do?
Take him to go see Sarah's Oil. You know what I mean? Take him to go see Running Man. Me and my mother saw it yesterday. It was a pretty good movie. I didn't like the fact that they had the lead actor. He was a bunny hopper with a black wife. I didn't like that. But, you know, pretty good movie, Sarah's Oil, Running Man. You know, we're going to go to the zoo. We're going to go to the Police Touch Museum. You know, do activities. At that age, they want activities. And those will be the rewards. And on the flip side, you have your punishments, which are every day. Rewards are every day of the week, right? But punishments every day. You got to go to bed early today. You come home tomorrow, you had a bad day. You going to bed early again. Give me that cell phone, no video game, no TV time. You're going to do nothing but read books all day when you come home. So you have to inconvenience his world. If you do not inconvenience your son, he will not change.
Okay.
You got me, Mama?
I got you. So no meds.
No meds. Don't you do it. Don't you? You tell them, if you want to see a child on crack, go put your child on crack. That's what you tell them. I'm not putting my child on dope. Go put your own damn child on dope.
What? Even if he needs it, even if a psychiatrist, you know, a licensed medical physician, prescribes it in the lowest dose, said that this is going to help him balance chemically, because it could be a chemical imbalance that's attributing to this hypertension type of activity. Does he not understand a diagnosis of ADHD? I don't think he understands how that works. And this is coming from someone who has not raised his own 3 kids. Mind you, one of them, a judge has only ordered supervised visitation for. Because, you know, he won't tell anybody why he has supervised visitation. He doesn't have any sons himself. He has 3 girls. It's like he's not even interested in that. But he want to tell another parent how to raise and take care of their child when he doesn't do it for his own. You can't make this up.
Them snow bunny teachers always telling our mothers to put our kids on drugs. Put your own damn kids on drugs. I bet you they won't do it. They'll tell you to put your kids on drugs, but they won't put their own kids on drugs.
This is insane.
Tell them, no, thank you. My son is a regular boy. We will work on this together.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. I really appreciate it.
And if you have any issues,
That's
you
a
got my
dumb
number.
plan.
I got it locked in.
All right, Mama, be blessed.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
now.
Bye.
I love our beautiful black women. I love all my black
Yes,
single
it's
mothers.
illegal.
Shout out to all my single
It's
mothers out
highly
there who are
illegal.
doing the right thing. Shout out to all my beautiful African single mothers all over the Pan-African universe, from
Oh my
Africa to
God.
Alabama, from
You
London
just
to
gave medical
Louisiana.
advice.
You understand me? From
Yep.
Angola to Amsterdam, from Toronto to Texas. Shout out to all my from Brazil to Brooklyn to Boston to Beijing. Shout out to all my single black mothers out there doing the right, and single black fathers, and single black fathers, and single black fathers. Let's go
can't
back to the
make this
Instagram
up.
tap-ins. Let's see if we got any parents with a question. Let's see if we got any parents with a question.
He only saying that because she didn't challenge him. Now you get one that may have questioned him on this, saying, okay, well, what if it's medically necessary because it's based upon some sort of chemical imbalance, you know, that is not being produced at equal levels from his brain. Like, what if this is related to some sort of physiological issue? It's not necessarily, he makes it sound like it's just a mental thing. What if it is biological or physiological? Are you kidding me? And he is literally sitting here. Only a psychiatrist would prescribe medication because they are licensed medical physicians. So if you're sitting here and let's say a doctor prescribes the medication for the child, she's not going to give it to her child simply because Umar said so, who's not a licensed medical physician. And let's say something happens in school and the school finds out because they're a mandatory reporter, this kid needs to be on prescription medication. Okay. We have a copy of the records in his file. It shows here that he's supposed to be receiving this prescription to help with his ADHD. And it doesn't appear that he's getting it. And the mother just confirmed, oh, she does not give this medication that's been prescribed to her son to him. And now he just went to school and tore up a whole classroom, beat up 3 kids, and attacked the teacher. Because the medication he was prescribed that probably would have calmed him down, has him, now he's imbalanced. And it's coming off like he's acting out. When there was a solution to the problem and the mother failed to give him that medication. Now, what do you think that makes the mother? What do you think that makes the mother? It's one word, starts with the letter N. Negligent. Negligence is also a chargeable offense. She could be faced with negligence and be charged with that. Risk losing her child to defects because she's a single parent. She wanted to make that clear. And then who would take care of the kid? That is absolute and medical negligence at that, because now you've got a licensed medical physician telling you, give this to your child one time a day. We're giving him the lowest dosage, but there is some tests that we ran. He has a chemical imbalance. He needs this medication. This is going to balance him out now, because now we have some blood work to back it up. And then she's like, well, Umar said don't give it to him. So, I don't want my child on crack. This isn't crack. This is called whatever it is. It's not crack. Probably wouldn't even have the same chemical properties of what's in crack. And yet, this idiot advice is supposed to supersede a licensed medical physician. This is what the Board of Psychology was talking about when they said that they don't even want him to get a license from the state of Pennsylvania because of his dangerous rhetoric and him perceiving himself to be a psychologist, performing, evaluations and assessments like he's an actual psychologist, and he's not. He's not licensed. He's not certified. He doesn't work for a school. He's not contracted with the school. And yet, he's doing sessions like this. He even said earlier in the video, in part 1, I got a screenshot of it, where he called himself counseling. So counseling, giving advice, those things are prohibited. He is not permitted to do this under state law. And I even pulled up the state statute code. You can't make this up. What's going on, Rivka? How you doing? You can't make this up. And then he's sitting here talking about, thank you for reminding me. He's sitting here talking about hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App in the state of Pennsylvania, where he has a cease and desist order to not raise funds for FDMG. That's how dumb he is. He's even said he's at home in Philly. So he admits to being inside of the state of Pennsylvania. And he's still raising money for FDMG. Talking about we got to get the school up and running. He's just telling himself. He's being brazen and bold about it. And he in Philadelphia. You can't make this up. So if that poor kid gets prescribed medication and the school reports it to DFACS or to social services, she could risk losing custody of her kid for medical negligence. And especially if something happens, and let's say he's at school, something happens, he gets into a fight or he becomes out of control. Kids get hurt, a teacher gets hurt, anything happens. And it could have been avoided by simply getting his medication, by simply him taking his medication and his mother ensuring that she's a good mother and she gives him his medication. They don't just give it out to every kid that has ADHD. You can always request a test. But the consequences to not doing that are greater than you just decided you go listen to Umar, just not give it to the child. You could easily tell the doctor, I want to get a second opinion before I put my kid on this med. Please allow me to do that. And they'll even give you a referral for a specialist. So, I mean, I don't get why he thinks this is the route. Like, this is the way to go. Look how he's ruining a child's life already. You can't make this up. They listening to whatever he says, and they don't care what kind of damage it can do. It's so crazy. Oh my God, can't believe anything Umar says. I know, right? Sister, miss you, girl. So glad you are on live. Yes, we doing a late live, but we getting it in. Neither do I. Fun to see the crap he says though. It's so crazy. The stuff he doesn't do this with his own kids. He's not this passionate about his own kids. So it's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy for me. There was a Middle Eastern student with that name in PCOM, the same college Umar attended. The man's name, Umar Abdullah. Then Umar gets the same name. Coincidence? I saw that on the verification. I mean, I even kind of theorized that he probably, if he's going to go full blown, let's take an identity mode. I wouldn't be surprised if he took someone's identity to try to make it seem like he got this degree. Because what we haven't seen is any proof that he graduated from the school. That's the same thing when I got the email response back from University of Rhode Island about Candace. They verified that a person with that name received a degree. But yet, no photos or videos or proof of her graduating with a degree. Same thing with Umar. No evidence that he actually graduated, walked across the stage, received a degree, or anything. He won't even show it. You would think, as narcissistic as he and Candace Owens are, they would post up their actual degree. They won't even do that. Neither one of them. So it wouldn't be hard to, believe that if he may have utilized a name that he saw that went to the school, that obtained a doctorate degree. I mean, the dissertation would still suck. But perhaps, he's going under the guise of this Umar Johnson because it has to fit that narrative that he's utilizing this person's credentials and education to try to purport himself to be some sort of doctor that he's not. I never call him doctor. I would never call him that. It's Umar. You're not licensed or certified. I'm not even going to sit here and give you that. I'm not Umar. You can kick rocks. Same thing with Candace. No proof or evidence or anything that she graduated. If you go online to try to find any information about Candace getting 2 degrees, every website will say she does not have one. And the school verified to say a person with that name received a degree. That was the response. Why won't she show a degree? Post it up. No videos, photos of her graduation. Nothing. It's like they do all this because they want to feel important and feel special. But then they don't. How do you just kind of, okay, the buck stops here. When it comes down to verifying this stuff. I have photos of me walking across the stage holding a degree. But it's like, why wouldn't they want to show that? They are already public figures. So I wouldn't find it hard to believe if he took this kid's identity. And it just so happened to be someone that's got a doctorate degree in psychology. In child psychology. Just so he kind of fit this narrative. And he didn't earn shit. Because, Jermaine Shoemake is nowhere near Umar Abdullah Johnson. Nowhere near it. I'm just saying. Yep. Lennon has a graduation picture. Does he? Oh, Lord. Lennon, can you please send me the graduation? Because I tell Lennon to send me the graduation picture. I want to see that graduation picture. Is it of high school or college? Umar is not a doctor. He just plays one on TV. There are probably multiple Candace Owens when I've looked up my name on things. A bunch of some even have same middle name. Yeah, there's a lot of Candace Owens out there. It's a common name. And there's nothing special about her name. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they said they verified a student with that name received a degree. I would fail to believe that these people don't know who Candace Amber Owens is. Like the actual public figure. I find it hard to believe they don't know who she is. I'm sure they probably get emails like that verifying her degrees now every day. But nothing else. She won't even post it on her own website that she has these. Same thing with Umar. He won't name all his degrees because he knows I'm going to get all the dissertations. But yet he's got 6 degrees. Come on now. He's an idiot. Same thing with Candace. She's got 2 degrees and won't post anything about it. You can't find anything about it online. I think I might be the only one that has email proof that she's received a person with that name received a degree. You can't make this up.
Sister Hopeful Beginnings going once. Sister Hopeful Beginnings going twice. Sister Hopeful Beginnings going 3 times. Are you there, Sister Hopeful Beginning?
Okay, I want a picture.
She declined. All right. Sister Hopeful is not coming on right now. Who tapping in? Jay's Bell going once. Jay's Bell going twice. Sister Jay's Bell, are you there? Sister Jay's Bell, are you there?
What is going on?
Okay, I don't think Sister Jay's Bell is there. All right. Let's see what we got. Don't be nervous, Brother Josh.
Yeah, what's that sound? I hear that sound. It sound like something spinning. Is it just me? Y'all hear that spinning sound? It sound like a dryer or something, or a washer. That's so weird. Is it just me? Or like somebody banging something?
All right, let's see who we got. Behave, ladies. Behave, ladies. Somebody just sent me some early morning candy. It's too early for that. Too early for that, my beautiful African queens. At ease. At ease.
He's so nasty. He always bring that nonsense up. Ain't nobody sending him crap.
Right.
Good morning, Sister Sage. How is Arkansas treating you?
Oh, pretty good.
What part of Arkansas are you in?
I'm more northeast, Marion.
Marion, Arkansas. How many black folks up in that area?
We got our share.
We got our share?
Yes.
Well, if y'all ever want Dr. Umar to come to town for a free seminar, because I've never been in that area, you just call on me. If you can find a church or community center, you let me know. I'm going to come through and do a free psychoacademic seminar for our parents.
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing free.
Delta, we have a little organization that for the community that has the kids engaged in arts, and they get a chance to do little projects and act in little plays. So it just keeps them engaged in the community.
Powerful, powerful. You said you remember Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's called Delta Arts.
Okay, Delta Arts, not Delta Sigma Theta. Okay, I understand. I got you. No problem, no problem. So yeah, let me know. If y'all want to do a little seminar for the parents, let me know. We can make it happen.
Okay, absolutely.
All right, go right ahead with your question, beautiful.
Okay, so I have an 8-year-old, and she struggles some mornings going to school. She's gotten better. So it used to be where she would cry, not wanting to go. But lately she'll say, "Oh, I got a stomach ache," or I feel nauseous, and I give her a mental health day. But I'm thinking that it's maybe a little anxiety and her just still not wanting to do it. She makes good grades in school, and she's a hard worker, and the teacher says she's a delight to be in her class, and she is a leader. And I was just wondering if you had any kind of advice and recommendations you can give me, because every morning I'm coaching her from the time we wake up to the time I let her out the car to walk away, because I want her to be in good spirits when she leaves me. But I do know that she struggles with wanting to be there.
Okay, so you saying she don't like the school?
She don't like school.
Francesca, you nailed it. You nailed it. You begging for invites, most requested scholar. It's the hypocrisy for me, Umar. You walking little Debbie snack cake. It's the hypocrisy for me. I thought you were the most requested. You don't ask, let me know if you want me to come there. If you're the most requested, wouldn't they just ask you that? Because that's how request works. I don't think Umar understands the definition of the word request. Is that going over your head, Umar? Because request meaning people asking you to come. They're sending you invitations. You're offering yourself to do free psycho whatever that you're not licensed or certified to do. He's like a danger to society all by himself.
School period. She'd rather be homeschooled.
Okay, so it's not the school. She just don't like school.
Correct.
And are you sure it's not the school?
Yeah, because a couple of weeks ago she said, "Hey, at
Hit
first
the
she
like
wanted to
button
change
for
the
me.
school, but just a couple of weeks ago she says, "Hey, Mom, am I going to get to go back to VPA? It's Visual Performing Arts School." She said, "Am I going to get a chance to go back because we're going to be able to do activities for fourth grade? She'll get to do more and change classes." And so that made me happy because she's taking interest in wanting to participate in things. But it has been a challenge.
Hold on, Sarita. Hold on, but you got to come on screen, Sarita.
Every morning to just motivate her. And I just need to, if you got any more ways that I can encourage her and get her to like it, because I didn't have this struggle before. They got up and rose with no problem when we went to school.
Okay, and she's 8 years old, right?
Yes.
What grade? Third?
Third grade.
Okay. Did you hear me speak to the previous mother about that discipline program in the home?
Yes.
You need to do the same thing with your princess.
Okay.
Rewards and punishments. When you get up and you motivated and you focus and you don't give me no pushback, no issues with going to school, that's going to be a successful day. When I get pushback and you don't show the motivation, that's going to be a not so successful day. And there'll be a reward for you at the end of the week. During the weekend, we can do something fun. If you've had more successful days than unsuccessful days, and on every day that is unsuccessful, you will get a consequence. That could be early bed, that could be loss of activities that she likes to do. I just think you need to add a discipline regimen to provide her with the motivation that she needs. She's not going to change without you. So now it's time for consequences and rewards.
You're right on, because I have been probably lacking a little bit in the disciplinary area, because I have a 25-year-old in college and I got a 20-year-old in college, and I had more energy to, direct and guide them. And this one is like, well, I don't want to fight. I want to have a good day at work as well, and I want her to have a good day at school, but I do need to add a little bit more of disciplinary to her.
Yes, ma'am. Just add some more of that disciplinary. You'll be good to go.
Okay.
Oh my God,
no
add some more
disciplinary. Keep posted on that seminar if you ever want to do it.
Absolutely.
All right, Mom. No problem. Be blessed. All right. Who I got on the live right now? Show your face, my queen. I'll remind you.
She should have said, no, thanks. And see what happened with that. Let me know if you want me to come in that seminar. Yeah, no, thank you. We got it. We good. But I appreciate you talking to me. All right, bye.
Here, show your face. Hey, beautiful. What's the name?
Hi, my name is Beverly.
Pleased to meet you, Beverly. Where you calling from? What city?
Lockhaven in Pennsylvania.
Oh, you a Lockhaven University student?
No.
Okay, you just live in Lockhaven.
I lived in Williamsport and then I moved here.
Okay, I'm familiar with Williamsport. I actually spoke there a couple times. All right, go ahead with your question, beautiful.
I just have one small person. I have a 7-year-old, and she is in second grade. And I went to parent-teacher conferences the other day.
Okay.
And her teacher just let me know that she does not focus at all in class. She will get up and try to sharpen her pencil 50 times. She will ask to go to the bathroom multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
She twiddles at her desk. She says that she has good days and then she has bad days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure what to do, because I feel like I see it at home too. And she, their first thing was, take her to her doctor.
Don't put that baby on no drugs.
And that's when I said, I don't feel comfortable.
Don't do that. Don't do it. And what grade again?
She's in second.
Okay, let me ask you this. And you need to ask the teacher this. What are the consequences and rewards in that classroom? Because see, one thing that teachers like to do is they like to pass off their responsibility to the parent. You can't do that. All behavior is a function of consequence and condition, the setting. So where it happens and what happens as a result of it. You're not in the classroom. The teacher has to run her own environment. Behavior is a function of environment. So if I'm talking to the teacher, the question becomes, what do you do when my daughter isn't doing what she's supposed to do? Because if you do nothing, you're rewarding her behavior. You follow what I'm saying? So the teacher has to take some responsibility. What is the punishment? And if my daughter does have a good day, good morning, good afternoon, what is the reward? So you got to put some of this back on her. Now on your end, and you heard me speak to the previous parents, you have to get some discipline going too. You feel me? You need your discipline calendar. And you explain it to your daughter. This is the new system. You come home, you had a bad day, you're going to do your homework. Me and you ain't going to have too much rap. I'm going to check in with you, give you all, tell you I love you. But ain't going to be no TV, ain't going to be none of your toys. You're going to bed early. Boredom. Starve her of your attention. Time out, early bed, boredom. That's how you're going to get her. And that's every day. Every day that she had a bad day. But then you tell her, if you have a good week, 3 good days out of 5, we can go to the police station museum. We can go to the kids' zoo. We can go to the movies. We're going to go out to dinner. Your favorite restaurant. You follow what I'm saying?
Okay.
Use activity. So you use the rewards to motivate her, and you use the punishments to motivate her. But remember, punishment is every day.
Okay.
You cannot let her talk you out of it. You can't let her cry you out. Oh, mommy. And then you feeling bad. Put your poker face on, put your game face on. You can do this on your own, even if the teacher don't help you. But I do want you to let the teacher know this is her responsibility as much as it is yours, because behavior is a function of consequences and rewards.
Okay, now, what if, because I have 3 other children in the home.
Okay.
How do I keep her disciplined and my other kids, like, I'm keeping them away?
They all need to be on that calendar.
Okay.
She's going to have 2 color markers. Your second baby going to have 2 color markers. Your third baby going to have 2. Nobody got the same colors. You feel me?
Okay.
So when you look at that calendar, they know who green is, right? They know who blue. 1 for home, 1 for school.
Okay.
1 for home, 1 for school. And if you want to put them all on one marker to make it simple, so you got to worry about 4 instead of 8, you can do that. Put them all on the calendar. Put them all on the contract.
My oldest 2,
Did you say
they have great
punishment is
conferences. My
every
oldest
day?
honor roll is my.
Wait a minute. You can't punish them every day. What are you talking about? This is the same Oompa Loompa that did not raise his own 3 kids that he's got by 3 different women. By the way, this little girl is 7 years old. Okay. Perhaps it could be something where she may not feel confident because she might not be educationally caught up. Maybe there's some sort of delay in her reading or comprehension, ability to retain information. Why would you not want to take her to a doctor? Even if they just do the preliminary, testing on her, that's what the doctor's for. They're not going to automatically just give your child a prescription. And he has these people misled to believe that. This is why he should not be doing this, because he's an idiot. He's not a licensed medical physician. He's not even a licensed or certified psychologist or child psychologist or school psychologist. He's not licensed or certified to do any of this nonsense, because they don't just automatically just give your kid medication. And if you, the parent, take your child to a doctor, and let's say the doctor says, okay, let's do some tests to determine maybe there's a chemical imbalance. Let's see what's going on with that. Do some blood work. If that's not the case, let's do some testing to determine mental, competency or the cognitive skills. And then depending upon where they fall, is a DSM criteria that you have to meet, certain parameters you have to meet to even be diagnosed with that. So it's not just, oh, yeah, they look like they run around too much, and they go ahead and be diagnosed with ADHD. Here's the medication. That's it. That's not how any of that works. He's not even going through the process of what happens in the evaluation. You can't make this up. He's not even telling her, well, if you do take your kid to the doctor, here's some of the testing that they're going to do. And then that way you have some options. And if you don't, let's say it, after a couple, examinations and assessments, they want to try out medication, let them know you want to get a second opinion. It doesn't have to be an automatic skip to, from, oh, your child's acting up in school. Oh, okay, we're going to go ahead and get him this drug. No, because the insurance company does not want to have to pay for any drugs like this unnecessarily. She's not going to want to pay those co-pays on those doctor visits and the medications. So she's only going to do what she can afford either way. But to say that it's an automatic, if your kid goes to a doctor, they're going to automatically be diagnosed with ADHD, and then they're going to automatically be given a prescription. That is a lie. He's so stupid. You can't make this stuff up. It's a whole test that goes with this and everything. You can't make this stuff up, man. They're not going to just do that to kids. They don't even like giving kids medications on like basic stuff. Some parents don't even like giving their kids cold medicine. He's giving this whole, it's like this whole automatic, oh, they're going to just throw them on drugs. They're going to just dope your kid up and that's it. No, because Umar, you're not a licensed medical physician, so we know you don't know how this works. What's disturbing is that you're trying to pass that perception off to the general public as if that's how it goes. What an idiot.
7-year-old. She's and it's affecting her.
Question, with your 7-year-old, where does she come in? Is she the youngest girl? Where's she at?
She is my youngest girl. She's the third.
She's the third. So who's under her? Another sister or brother?
They have a baby brother. I have 3 girls.
Is she the only girl, period?
No, I have 3 girls, 1 boy.
Okay, so the baby boy, he's the only boy.
Yes.
But she's the youngest of the 3 girls.
Yes.
Who cares?
Let's talk about internal distraction. Is there a chance that she feels like she's not getting enough attention from you because of the older 2 sisters and the baby boy? Because she was the baby until you had the baby boy. How old is the baby boy?
3.
Okay. Do you think she's feeling lost in the sauce?
Sometimes.
Oh my God.
Well, a lot of times, yes, because I feel like she does things to get my attention.
Because she's not getting enough of it. So, and this is the whole crux of the behavior plan. You're going to tell her, you're going to get my attention now, but you only get it from doing what I need you to do. And that's why you follow me. That's why you got the behavior plan. You have a successful week. Me and you go out together without your other siblings, just you and me, to get your time. So the whole purpose of the behavior plan is to give them exactly what they want. But you earn it by doing what I want.
Okay, so that's where I was messing up at. They have to earn it because I would do it. I always make sure I spend time with them individually.
Which is good. But when you spend time, that's good. You're going to continue. But when you spend time with them as a reward, it's something extra special. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to do something extra special. In other words, we don't normally go to the river, or we don't normally have dinner at this place, or we don't normally go to that movie theater. We don't.
You can't make this
It's going to have
stuff
an
up,
extra
man.
special treat on top when it's a reward time.
Okay. All right.
Question: how many of us in Lock Haven? I know it ain't much because I've been at Lock Haven University. I went to Millersville University.
Okay. Honestly, it's not that many.
Okay, well, let me throw this on you. Let me throw this on you. When you're talking to Black people in Lock Haven, right?
Mhm.
You tell them Dr. Umar wouldn't mind coming up here to do a free seminar for us because we all in Pennsylvania, right? Dr. Umar wouldn't mind coming up here to do a free seminar with us. I just want to make sure he has an audience if he comes because he's not charging, right?
Okay.
If you can get about
Is he really trying to
75
solicit
parents who say,
service
you know what?
for
we need that training up here. I'll come up here.
Wait a minute. Is he trying to actually get, what is he trying to do here? It's like he's trying to use this as a tool, first of all, to mislead the public about their own kids when he doesn't take care of his. And it seems like he's trying to market his so-called classes or courses or training or whatever. This is the second person back to back where he said, you know, let me know if you want me to come up there. I'll do a free training course. Why? Wait, no, you were requested. Remember, you're the most requested. You're suggesting your services in each call. That's advertising. So he pimping himself out. You can't make this
How
out.
many of us in Lock Haven? I know it ain't much because I've been to Lock Haven University. I went to Millersville University.
Okay. Honestly, it's not that many.
Okay, well, let me throw this on you. When you're talking to Black people in Lock Haven, right?
Mhm.
You tell them Dr. Umar wouldn't mind coming up here to do a free seminar for us because we all in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, he pimping himself out. He is pimping himself out. Why? I thought he was the most requested. Why does he need to do this? He is literally marketing his so-called whatever class training courses he wants to do while he's sitting here giving out these fake evaluations that are more dangerous than anything else, especially when you're telling people not to give their child, you know, prescription medication because he doesn't know how this shit works at all because he's not a real psychologist. He's not licensed or certified. He's certainly not a licensed medical physician. So he has no concept of how this works. He is literally pimping himself out.
Umar wouldn't mind coming up here to do a free seminar with us. I just want to make sure he has an audience.
That's not requested,
he's not
y'all.
charging, right?
Okay.
If you can get about 75 parents and say, you know what, we need that training up here. I'll come up there and do it. Of course, I need to find a place where we can do it at. Church,
Oh my
community
God.
center. I don't mind coming to Lock Haven.
Okay.
All right. So keep me posted. And you got my number if you have any follow-ups.
Thank you.
All right, Mama. Be blessed.
Just start with the bonnet.
All right, let's do another Instagram tap in. Let's do another Instagram tap in. Let's do another Instagram.
I
Let me
know,
see.
right?
Just
These
Jamaican.
poor kids.
Just Jamaican. Is you want to pop in with your pretty self, but you just hanging up on my thing? Where Just Jamaican at?
Why
Is
does
you
he
coming
keep
in? Where you
going
at,
on
Jess?
these looks?
Show me your face, Mama. Show me that face. You can't ask the question if I can't see you. Show me that face, beautiful. I didn't already seen it, so I know you're fine. Come on, show me the face.
Over there.
I can't hear anything.
There you go. Hey, how you doing, Sister Jess?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. So I have I have a 19-year-old son.
Sister Jess, where you based at?
Huh?
Where are you based at? Where are you? What state?
Colorado.
Okay, go right.
Yeah, Colorado. So my
That's
main
not
concern
important.
is I have a 19-year-old son. I raised him all by myself. I live in Colorado, and now my son is in Florida. He graduated school early because I always made sure I had him in the best schools because education is really important to me. He's very bright, very sharp, but I noticed at 17, I came home and I discovered he was smoking marijuana.
Me too, Tavares.
So we had like a whole blow up at 17 where he wanted to do his thing. He felt like he's a man and things like that. But come to find out, he had some mental health struggles that I wasn't really aware of. Okay.
Like what?
So we discovered he had like anxiety and depression, doesn't like to go out in public, is kind of almost paranoid and things like that. Schizophrenia does run in my dad.
He is not licensed or certified to hear anything about schizophrenia, bipolar, none of this. Why are you disclosing this child's medical information? This idiot is not licensed or certified to treat those types of diagnoses. The hell is going on? I'm with you, Tavares. I'm blaming the moms right now. They're literally trusting, and it shows that you have people in even the most uncommon places. She says she's in Colorado that are sitting here calling in as if he's a licensed or certified anything. They're not even researching. The time they're sitting on the call or sitting by the phone waiting for him to call them, they could have Googled ADHD. They could have Googled the diagnosis the criteria that you have to meet to even be diagnosed with that. The number of sessions that you're going to have before your child even gets a prescription medication. If it starts with a psychologist, they can't write the prescription. Now you got to go to a psychiatrist. You can always get a second opinion. All the options that are available, they're not even exploring that. No, they were sitting by a phone call waiting for this Oompa Loompa to call them and tell them something he shouldn't even be telling them because he's not licensed or certified to do it. So yes, I do blame them as well. This is insane.
Side of family, and then he ended up being like institutionalized because one day he was like, I guess paranoid and things. This is at the age of 17. I was at work and I worked pretty far away, and he was at home, and he had took some THC, but it's like the oil based, I don't know what you call it, in like a vape type thing, which is kind of scary to me. So he went to a place and he was institutionalized for about 9 days, and he took himself there, which I'm proud of, because he was just very paranoid. He didn't know what was going on in his mind. So they told me, it's drug induced psychosis that he's experiencing, and we don't recommend at this age because their brain is not fully developed till about 24, 25. We don't recommend that he be doing this, any of this stuff. But anyway, he's kind of addicted to that. So anyway, he ended up graduating. I tried to work with him at home and that type of thing. And he graduated high school early, which is wonderful. But then he wanted to go to Florida to kind of get connected with his father, which never was involved. And right here.
Did he connect to the father in Florida? Did he connect?
Yeah, so he's in Florida and all of that. So anyway, he ended up being with his dad for.
Is he in Florida with his father? Is he in Florida with his father?
Yeah, he was in Florida with his dad.
You said was. He's not there currently.
Say it again.
Is he in Florida with the father now?
Now he's not with his dad, okay? And that's what I was trying to get at.
Was he ever with his dad?
He was with his dad for some months, and his dad has a girlfriend. Things ended up not working out there with the dad. They were getting to know each other. His dad, he found out he was smoking marijuana and had already told his dad that that's something he likes to do, kind of watch him because of his mental, instability and stuff. And they got him a job out there, got him a car, all that kind of stuff. And that just, it just didn't work out. So his dad kicked him out. My dad lives in Florida, so about 4 hours away. Okay, from that location. And so he was with my dad for about a year. He started to flare up. He claims he was looking for a job out there, but everywhere my son goes, everybody tries to help him. Okay, get him a car, try to help him find a job and kind of lead him in the right direction. So my dad,
we're talking about
my dad ended up having some words, and there was some friction there because my dad is trying to encourage him. And of course, he's 19 now, doesn't want to really follow what my dad is saying.
So, he's 19. Listen, I got a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old. And they have their father in their life. They always have. If it's something where it's beyond what we can do in the household as parents, my kids have to go to a doctor. Like it's not something, I would not deprive them of that because it's an option that my kid, I as a mother would feel very negligent if I didn't at least explore the option of seeking some level of medical treatment, whether it's through therapy, whether it's with psychology or psychiatrist. It's just like your kid gets hurt or, you have a stomach ache. You try to see, okay, is this a bug that's going to pass through? Let's see what's working after 24 hours. Let's give them some Imitral, Red Rock, ginger ale, crackers, see if it subsides. And then if that doesn't work and it's been, half a day, depending on what's going on, my kid wakes up, 24 hours later, still vomiting. Okay, no, I'm taking to the ER. I'm not going to just sit here. Let me send you to your granny and see how that goes. And then if that doesn't work, then let me send you over to, my godmother, see how that goes. No, let me send you to your dad and see how that goes. No, I'm taking my child to the hospital. Because it's only so much you're going to want to sit back and you see all these symptoms happening. And you mean to tell me that going to a doctor is not one of those top options you explore? Like, this is insane. And then you call this idiot who's not licensed or certified to do any of this. They can't even produce a certification or license out of him. Then he lies about, when he has a hearing on this stuff, he lies about having a job with a school. He lies about dumb things. Yet they don't challenge him. Can you show proof of a certification or licensure in psychology? I would just like to ask about that before I even give any information. Okay, well, I'm going to hang up because, it's that simple. I'm not going to sit here and let my child suffer with any physical or mental health issues whatsoever without taking them to a doctor. That's the first top option. If this is something that's happened recurring, no, we might need to get you some medical treatment. We're not, no. Because that's what good parents do. It's like there's this stigma that Umar is just recycling now, where Black people can't go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist to get help. And if you go, you should be doing certain things. You got to restrict the type of treatment that you get. No, don't take no medications though. What do you mean? Because it's this stigma that he's got in his mind. He don't think kids should be taking meds. It depends on what's going on. But don't just automatically give the child meds either. They don't want your child just sitting on medications. They want your child to have a normal, quality of life. And this is so disturbing. This is so disturbing. This kid is 19 too. Let's not forget about the fact that he's legal. He's basically a grown man. If anything would have happened, let's say he, went out and broke the law. Guess what? She ain't gonna be able to stand before that judge and speak for her son unless she's his attorney. And then they would question that as a conflict. But she wouldn't be able to go up to the front to the bench and try to talk to the judge and say, well, my son, he's got all these things. Your son had an accident and tried to drive away. So he's been criminally charged. He's a grown adult. He's 19. Like, that's how they would treat him. Get him some help so that nothing happens to where he's paying the price of this. Oh, because he didn't get the help he needed. Get him some help. This is insane.
Still wanting to have my dad, essentially my dad was like supporting his habit. And I was like, see, that's, it's kind of enabling his behavior.
Okay.
And I know my son has some mental health stuff, but anyway, he ended up, my dad had to get a restraining order because of some, my dad was kind of intimidated by my son and things like that. And so my son ended up going to jail for a couple months because of the violation of the restraining order. And I have since talked to my son. He just recently got released. But I, as a mom being so far away, I had to find like a treatment facility for him because I said, I know it's just marijuana, but again, I don't know if there's anything else involved as far as substance use. Okay. Because sometimes kids are not forthcoming for whatever reason. And I told him, I'm not judging you, but there's definitely some mental health stuff going on. So I guess while he was in jail, they said he was like bipolar or something. And so they were giving him medicine for being for that.
What is he doing now? Who is he living with? Like, what is he doing now?
Well, now he's in a treatment facility and he received probation. So my concern is, I guess, like, how can I help him? Because he's wanting to come back here after he's done with treatment and stuff. But I feel like if he comes.
Can you handle him now?
Say it again.
Can you handle him in your home at this time?
No, I can't.
Then you need to be honest with him about that.
Yeah, because I work so far away that he would be on his own devices, which I don't think is good. And then, like I said, I have another child. She's 4 that I have to be concerned with safety wise. And my son has broken rules and things like having things in the house that he shouldn't have in here. So, of course, when they're far away, when they're in jail, it's like, I'm sorry.
Okay, he's gone to jail because I haven't seen this whole thing. So he's gone to jail. He'll be out on probation. When he gets out, he'll probably be on probation again. They need to recommend he go to a treatment facility. And then he's trying to come back home. No. You need to stay in that treatment facility until you are able to get a job and take care of yourself and and get your own place and all those things because you're 19. And it seems like he's not really trying to do much of anything. And it's only so much you can blame on a mental diagnosis. I don't like when Kanye West does it. And I don't like it when anyone else does it. You can't blame everything on your mental health disorders either. Especially where there are treatment options that it sounds like he hasn't even explored yet. And he's at the very least not even trying to keep a basic job and work. He's threatening everybody that he lives with that's trying to help him. People don't have to deal with that. Once you hit 18, you're an adult. You're an adult. And that's exactly right. Is it Phi Taylor? He is breaking the law. The Board of Psychology have already told him, here's the state statute that you will be breaking, state law, that you will be violating if you continue to utilize, these terms regarding psychologists, psychology, or psychological. as if you're practicing psychology. Going to school to get a degree does not automatically make you licensed or certified or qualified to do this. That's a whole nother step. And it's like he's too stupid to figure this out. So, in the first half of this, in part 1, I post up information on how you guys can file complaints to the State Board of Psychology, because this is outrageous. And the only way Umar is going to learn his lesson is if he gets hit with those fines, and or it leads up to where he starts to face some sort of criminal charge and some jail time. Because apparently he doesn't care about anything at this point. He doesn't care about any consequences that he could easily have thrown his way. Neither will a judge. Because this is out of control. This is out of control. And he's telling people to do stuff he won't even do with his own kids. This is absolutely insane. Whole state law being violated.
Yeah, and I won't do this, and I'll follow whatever you say. But, I'm kind of hesitant. I want to see some changes in him,
I got you.
Exactly.
So I guess I'm just trying to figure out what's the next best step after he does treatment and he completes the probation and stuff. Should I have him come back here, or should I just work with the treatment facility to see?
Make sure you can handle him, because if he comes back to your house and you have no authority over him, no control, if he doesn't respect you, him coming back is going to be a nightmare. So you need to talk to him about this, but then you also need to be honest with yourself, because he may say anything to come back, right? So you got to be honest with yourself. It's been 2 years. Is he willing to follow your rules? If he didn't want to listen to his grandfather, I'm not too sure he want to listen to his mother either. I don't like to see him just out there. You know what I mean? But, if he want to go to college, that's the other thing. If you do allow him back, it must be with certain conditions.
Yeah.
Trade school, college, real estate school, full-time employment, no smoking, no friends in your house. You got to be very, very clear with him if you're going to do this. You know what I mean? So don't sugarcoat it if you're going to do it at all. First, decide if you can. And if you can, make sure you're very clear on what you require of him.
Okay. Yeah. And I was thinking of having something in writing.
You better, and make them sign it.
Yeah, because in my state, if you allow them into the home after a certain period of time, you can't get them out of the home because they are that's their residence at that point.
That is correct.
And I don't
on the other hand, you are a mom.
Yeah.
You contributed to some of what's going on. So we can understand that, but at the same time, we can't have you held hostage in your home, in your own house. So you need to pray on this. You need to think on this. But most of all, you need to be talking to him about this now, before discharge.
Okay.
You start have these conversations now, and you may even need to send him a sample contract that you may want.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And you got my number, so just reach out if you need.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Be blessed now.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Bye.
Let's go back to the phone. Let's go back to the phone. Somebody said, "I miss you, Papa." I miss you too, baby. Let's see who we got. Who's this?
You're so gross. Can't even help himself.
I'm gonna come back to the Instagram tap-ins in a minute.
Hello,
brother Keston. How's Atlanta treating you?
It's treating me good.
All right, go right ahead with your question, my brother.
Yeah, I had a question. I'm a new father.
Turn your volume up a little bit. You sound a little low to me.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
I'm a new father, and me and the child's mother haven't really been seeing eye to eye during, throughout her whole pregnancy. And it's to the point where we have split, we separated around 2 weeks before the child was here. And I'm trying to be an involved father, but it's kind of hard when she's not communicating with me. I don't even know how the baby looks. She said I couldn't be at the hospital. And
you were not there for the birth of your child?
Yes.
How old is your child now?
She could be maybe a week old now.
She could be maybe a week old. So she didn't even tell you, but the baby is here, though. You're sure the baby was born?
Yes. So the baby due date was November 8th. To my knowledge, the baby should be here by now.
The baby should be here by now. I went through something similar, brother. I went through the same thing with my youngest daughter, who's now 14. Her mother did not invite me to the birth, nor did she tell me when my daughter was born. And that was because I'm not going to get into, I have my reasons why. You know what I mean? Part of it was I didn't want to make her my wife, so I had to be punished, but there was a bigger reason for it as well. But it sounds like you have to go to family court, and I don't wish that on any black man. I absolutely hate it.
But you sit here and say dumb things like, you want women to send you resumes because marriage is a business. We played that video at the beginning of the live. Shout out to Black Anonymous. Where he said 8 years ago, he's seen marriage as a business. That's it. So obviously he couldn't do business with these women, but yet he felt the need to leave a child behind because raw dogging. You having sex without condoms and stuff. It's called pregnancy. No one had the birds and the bees talk with him. But yet he sees marriage as a business. But he wants to be able to sit here and try to pass off having 3 kids with 3 different women as it's their fault because they wanted to marry me and I didn't want to marry them type of thing. Get the F out of here. No one told you to leave a baby behind either, you idiot. Why would you want to get them pregnant and you're not married to them? Why is the concept of using a condom a foreign concept for him? Now he's 51 with 3, maybe 4 kids, all with different mothers. And still talking about trying to get 2 wives with no job. When his ass has nothing to offer anybody. You can't make this up.
Family court. But if this is a sample of how you're going to be treated with your child,
using these dumb excuses,
I think you need to just go ahead and start family court on your own.
Can we just, reaffirm the fact that this man has been court ordered to supervised visitation with his 3rd child. And yet, he doesn't even explain that. He never says why a judge ordered him to supervise visitation. Judges don't do that unless they feel that you're like on probation or some sort. You got a felony charge or 2 where being around kids is not conducive to their good liberty and freedom and health. Or you've been abusive in the home and there's no way this judge wants you to be alone with this child. He has done a lot of dumb things to earn that type of restriction with his own child, to where a judge signed an order stating that he is to only have supervised visitation. And he never talks about that. And yet he wants to blame the mother. Umar, who you work for again? Because we all know you're not employed. You can't even get employed. Will he be able to pass a drug test if he need to get a job? You can't make this up.
If you initiate it, it looks a whole lot better than if she initiates it.
Well, here's the thing. I kind of, in the state of Georgia, you got to go through this thing called legitimation, where if you're not married to the mother, you don't have any legal rights to the child. So I went and got an attorney to file that. But the same day I filed that with an attorney, she filed a restraining order where I couldn't even contact the hospital. I can't really do anything, get in contact with her regarding the child. So that kind of slowed up the legitimation and custody process. And I'm trying to be involved as much as I can. I mean, throughout her pregnancy, I was at almost every doctor's appointment. Every doctor's appointment she would allow me to go. But I'm just at the point where it's like, I'm kind of like, it's getting, I'm to the point where it's like, I don't know what else to do.
You got to stay with it, bro. You can't give up on your baby.
Okay, how do you not know what to do? Didn't you say the kid was like a week old or something? How old is this baby? He said the baby's like a week old or so. Around 2 weeks old. The child, he said we were separated around 2 weeks before the child was here. How old is the child now? She could be maybe a week old now. Get out of here. Listen, there are a lot of laws I don't like, but that is the law in the state of Georgia, where you have to be legalized. It's a legitimization. They have you go out, you got to take the paternity test, and then you have to contest for custody. And depending upon whether or not you show some level of independence and responsibility in being able to take care of a small baby like that, they probably will not give you flat out visitation right away. Reason being is because, let's say they're living in 2 different places. If he has his own place, they're going to go out. They're going to do what's called a custody investigation. They're going to look at both parents' homes, their living environments, ask you about your job, your work schedules, how much money you make. Newborns come with their own biological clock because they're not on anybody else's time but their own. So would you be able to handle this kid waking you up every 2 to 3 hours for you to have to feed and change diapers, burp them, put them back to sleep? What if they're a night owl? My kids, y'all, I'm telling y'all, both of my kids, they would look at me if I dare thought about going to sleep at 3:14 a.m. That was their prime time hours where they wanted attention. They would not go back to sleep. Okay, so they wake up between 12 and 6 a.m. That was it. I didn't get no sleep during the day or the night. But see, as a parent, you have to be ready for that. And they take all of that in consideration. So if you're not in the same home with the mother, you got to be able to show that you're able to do all of this. And they can look at your temperament. They see if you're volatile, if you have any violent history in your past, whether or not you be able to handle the pressure and the stress of getting up every 2 to 3 hours. Can you change a diaper? Feed the baby. If the baby was gassy or, had colic or something like that, would you recognize that? Would you be able to do these things without the mother? More than likely, they'll put you on a gradual visitation schedule. So it may start off with the first 3 months because this is a newborn where you go see the child at the mother's house if you two aren't, under some restriction, right? And then, they maybe have, have it to where you can get the kid for a couple hours once they get a little older and have them maybe like one day by yourself. And then they pick it up from there. But it might take up to 12 months for him to get to the point where he's now having regular scheduled visitations by himself with this baby. It just depends on the situation. But see, if he's not, it's opposed to him talking to Umar about something Umar knows nothing about, he should be looking this up and talking with an attorney. Umar is not what he needs. This boy needs an attorney. He needs a family law attorney. He's talking to the wrong type of person. You don't call Umar for something that sounds like a custody battle. You call an attorney for that. You can't afford one? Contact legal aid. Ask them questions. Yes, they are hard to get through. But if you really want to get your child, get custody, get visitation time, then you will do what you need to do. You will follow the law. You will follow the process and do what you need to do. So he sounds young. Who knows what the girls, sometimes the women make it hard. And I'm saying this as a mother and as a grown woman. I would never do that because my kids deserve to have both parents in their life. Now, if their father wants to knuck if he buck and he does something to put my kids in danger, then yeah, we're going to have to talk about you not being around them alone. But if he really wants to see his kid, he would have to do what he needs to do legally. It sounds like he doesn't even want to get a paternity test done. Well, they talking about legitimization. That's how it works. That's every state. Every state gonna make you take a paternity test. You're talking about petitioning for custody. And this is another reason why Umar should be sitting here telling people, yeah, no, you got to be married because the women are trifling. What do you mean? So how are you upholding, community and family, wholesome family units here? But this is Umar. He would rather have 3 or 4 kids by 3 or 4 different women because he sees marriage as a business and he really wants somebody to take care of his grown ass, and he will never get that. You will not get a good woman to take care of you. It's not going to happen. And besides, if he could find one, he would have. Umar can't get a real black woman to take care, like a real woman. Forget the race. A real woman to take care of him. He has nothing to offer. A real woman would not even look at him twice. You got to start with having a job. He's 51 years old. He hasn't even mastered the art of doing applications. You're not earning an income. That's why he's sitting here advertising himself and pimping himself out in every call. What he can't do is anything regarding, legalities and custody battles in court. And he doesn't even do right and do well himself with it. Umar, why are you ordered to supervise visitations again? You can't make this stuff up. These kids, man, this person's going to be so jacked up.
She could be maybe a week old. So she didn't even tell you, but the baby is here, though. You're sure the baby was born?
Yeah, so the baby due date was November 8th. To my knowledge, the baby should be here by
now. The baby should be here by now. I went through
he doesn't even know.
I went through the same thing with my youngest daughter, who's now 14. Her mother did not invite me to the birth, nor did she tell me when my daughter was born. And that was because I'm not going to get into. I have my reasons why. You know what I mean? Part of it was I didn't want to make her my wife, so I had to be punished. But there was a bigger reason for it as well. But it sounds like you have to go to family court, and I don't wish that on any black man. I absolutely hate family court. But if this is a sample,
because he's a bum and he doesn't want to work, so they can take child support out his ass. because he doesn't think that he has to pay child support. Sometimes the moms are ordered to child support. It happens. But you do what you need to do. You push and work hard. Even if it means having almost 2 jobs, you got to do what you got to do. This is insane how he tries to dodge this stuff. So him not getting a real job, Umar not getting a real job that is reported to the Department of Revenue, where he has to file taxes and everything in between. He's not even paying taxes. He's not even a functioning member of society right now. And he's sitting here hiding out in his mama's closet. But yet he's sitting here trying to tell a young father, oh, it's the worst thing ever to have to go to court. Well, no one would have to take you to court if you did the right thing on your own by yourself, Umar. If you decided to get a job and actually take care of the kids financially as well, and put any effort into actually wanting to spend time and be in the kids' lives, where you're not sitting around here talking about crushing cookies and shit around these kids, then people wouldn't have to take you to court. No one told you to go raw dogging it 3 times and 3 different women.
Of how you're going to be treated with your child by her mother, I think you need to just go ahead and start family court on your own. If you initiate it, it looks a whole lot better than if she initiates it.
Well, here's the thing. I kind of
he can't initiate anything. He doesn't have custody.
Where if you're not married to the mother, you don't have any legal rights to the child. So I went and filed. I went and got an attorney to file that. But the same day I filed that with an attorney, she filed a restraining order where I couldn't even contact the hospital. I can't really do anything, get in contact with her regarding the child. So that kind of slowed up the legitimation and custody process. And I'm trying to be involved as much as I can. I mean, throughout her pregnancy, I was at almost every doctor's appointment. Every doctor's appointment, she would allow me to go. But I'm just at the point where it's like, I'm kind of like, it's getting dumb. I'm to the point where it's like, I don't know what else.
Hold on. Did he say that was a restraining order? She was due November 8th. Today is what? By November 15th? Yeah, more than likely. Did he say there's a restraining order? Did I see that? Did I hear that correct?
I can't really do anything, get in contact with her regarding the child. So that kind of slowed up the legitimate.
Hold on.
How old is she? That is correct.
I don't want to be.
I'm sorry, I don't want to go back.
Throughout her whole pregnancy. And it's to the point where we have split, we separated around 2 weeks before the child was here. And I'm trying to be an involved father, but it's kind of hard when she's not communicating with me. I don't even know how the baby looks. She said I couldn't be at the hospital. And
you were not there for the birth of your child?
Yes.
How old is your child now?
She could be maybe a week old now.
She could be maybe a week old. So she didn't even tell you. But the baby is here, though. You're sure the baby was born?
Yes. The baby due date was November 8th. To my knowledge, the baby should be here by now.
The baby should be here by now.
Should be.
I went through something similar, brother. I went through the same thing with my youngest daughter, who's now 14. Her mother did not invite me to the birth, nor did she tell me when my daughter was born. And that was because I'm not going to get into. I have my reasons why. You know what I mean? Part of it was I didn't.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You clown. There is never a reason you could ever offer when you have no job as to why you could not be there for your child when she was born. Sometimes it comes down to a matter of both parents taking responsibility here. He did not ask this boy one time, okay, what did you do for you to end up separating? Because maybe the kid exploded on the mother and she's damn near due. They broke up 2 weeks before her due date. What kind of argument and fight did you two have when she's about to break water and give birth? That's not the type of stress she needs. So whatever happened with these two was so bad that she didn't even want him to come to the hospital. But even if it wasn't, he's not asking the kid neutral questions to try to figure out, okay, what occurred? Because that's, 2 weeks before the due date. Let me tell y'all something. All I was worried about 2 weeks before I gave birth was, when are we going back to Golden Corral or IHOP? Like, something related to food, because I wanted to eat. Can I get a foot rub? My back hurts. Is this a real contraction or no? Like, we're not like on average. You got a pregnant mother that's 2 weeks, coming up on 2 weeks of her due date. I'm worried about making sure the baby bag is packed so that anything happens, we can grab bags and get to the car. So whatever occurred between those two, he sounds young, was probably some dumb shit. And I'm saying it. And now it was like, oh, you can't come to the hospital and see the baby. Like that, extraneous. Let's say she is being petty about it. That's not for him to determine. Umar is not an attorney. And as you can tell, he's being very biased and one-sided about it. He's automatically trying to put blame on the girl. What if something happened where he pulled a weapon on her or he threatened her? He's not even asking what occurred. So let's just be mindful of, in the beginning of this video, this is the first part 1, the 2-hour video here. In the very beginning, he said he only wanted to answer questions about child's IEP for 504s, and then listed mental health disorders that he can't treat either way, even self-harm. And now we're sitting here talking about somebody who doesn't even know if his child is actually here, born on earth in this reality, and family court. And they're giving him this, he's not even really saying anything that could help him other than get an attorney and you need to go to court. He just told this kid false information. You can file a petition for custody. What, he can't get custody. He has to be legitimized. Legitimated. He has to get a paternity test. He has to do all of that. First and foremost, would he even be able to have visitation with this newborn infant? And who knows? Maybe he was calling from jail. What if she called the police on him? I could have sworn I heard something about a restraining order. Did I miss something like that? Did y'all hear that? I could have sworn I heard a restraining order. He's not even asking questions exactly per his daughter. Umar is very abusive mentally and emotionally. I wouldn't be surprised if he was physically abusive as well. He would have to go through a DNA test and all of that for starters. Exactly. The court will order a paternity test. They'll give him so much time to get it done and submit in, the document to the court. And then from there, once you've gone through that process, then you can file a petition to say, okay, this is my kid. I've gotten the paternity test done. Here's the results. The child is mine. Now I want a petition for custody. But here's the question. What occurred for them to break up 2 weeks before she was due? Last thing I want to have is an explosive argument 2 weeks before I'm due. You ain't sitting here and stressing me and my child out. You kidding? That's insane. Not one question about what happened. I could have sworn I heard restraining order.
I want to make her my wife, so I had to be punished, but there was a bigger reason for it as well. But it sounds like you have to go to family
There's
court.
no
I don't
bigger
wish that
reason
on any black man. I absolutely hate family court. But if this is a sample of how you're going to be treated with your child by her mother, I think you need to just go ahead and start family court on your own. If you initiate it, it looks a whole lot better than if she initiates it.
Well, here's the
You're
thing.
not initiated if that's the case.
In the state of Georgia, you got to go through this thing called legitimation, where if you're not married to the mother, you don't have any legal rights to the child. So I went and filed. I went and got an attorney to file that. But the same day I filed that with an attorney, she filed a restraining order where I couldn't.
Okay, she filed a restraining order. Okay, not one time did he say, okay, well, what led her to having to do that? And I'm not trying to take sides. I just want to know the context of this, because that's pretty serious. If she got a restraining order, did the judge sign off and find that there was probable cause for it? Was there an actual order signed?
I couldn't even contact the hospital. I can't really do anything, get in contact with her.
Yeah, okay, so the judge signed off on a restraining order. So he's not telling the whole story. If you cannot contact her, it means you can't contact her anywhere she is, nor can you contact, a hospital to see anything about her whereabouts. You can't. No contact means no contact. So she obviously got a TRO or a TPO even. And more than likely it's because of her safety. She's pregnant. He's trying to call to the hospital, all these things. Not saying he shouldn't be concerned. But what if he did something to her to warrant that restraining order? And since he's admitting that he can't communicate with her or get in contact with her, it's because she was granted that restraining order. See, sometimes the devil is in the details. Yeah, there's more to this story. Exactly. Because she could have done that, and the judge signed the order. So we got to give the benefit of the doubt here that the judge saw enough credible evidence and that she established probable cause to warrant this judge to sign the temporary restraining order until they go to court for a hearing. That's if he's fighting it. But he's not saying that. And I can tell you right now that judge signed that order because he's saying, I can't really do anything, get in contact with her, anything, because that restraining order is in the way. But they're not going to sit here and just lift it because you want to see your child be born. So what did he do to warrant a judge to sign that restraining order? This is how you rationally think through certain situations, Umar. And because you're too dumb to understand mundane things, all of this is going over his head. He's not even asking the right questions here.
But the same day I filed that with an attorney, she filed a restraining order where I couldn't even contact the hospital. I can't really do anything, get in contact with her regarding.
Oh, he got an attorney
too. Kind of slowed up the legitimation and custody process. And I'm trying to be involved as much as I can. I mean, throughout her pregnancy, I was at almost every doctor's appointment. Every doctor's appointment, she would allow me to go. But I'm just at the point where it's like, I'm kind of like, it's getting. I'm to the point where it's like I don't know what else to do.
You got to stay with it, bro. You can't give up on your baby. My oldest daughter, I went to every doctor's appointment and everything, and I still got excluded. But only after the first 6 years of life. The first 6 years of my oldest daughter's life, I had her more than her mother had her. But then when her mother intensified her keep away campaign.
Why do I not believe that? I'm not really prone to believe that. I'm not really prone to believe that he had her more than the mother. I'm not convinced, Umar. I'm not convinced at all. Because the fact that you're not really present in her life. And is this the same one that I saw a video on where she was abducted or something? Ended up in a hospital? Is this the same one? We'll go to that video next. We'll watch a little bit of it, not the whole thing. I just want to see what's going on with that. But it's the same. This is the same daughter, I'm assuming, where something happened. She ended up in the hospital. I mean, the fact that he's basically said he wouldn't care if his daughter died, even if it's the oldest or the second child, I don't know. But that speaks volumes coming from someone that's supposed to be a father. I mean, you're your kid's first line of defense as parents. And that's not any level of protection. You're not even showing that you care. If you don't care if she was to be abducted or be hurt, harmed, or even worse, God forbid, she loses her life. That's how evil he is. As far as the restraining order was before baby was born, because he said he couldn't go to hospital because of it. Exactly. So that's what I mean. The devil is in the details here. Or, the sneakiness is in the details. Because he's not saying everything, but the things he's saying, I can tell you, a judge would not sign off on an order if there was not enough probable cause to do it. I have literally seen court hearings for protection and restraining orders where the judge denied the petitions because it just wasn't enough probable cause. There was not enough information and evidence being provided where the person was able to show that their life or livelihood was in danger. And if he cannot go around her, that's a protection order. That's not just a restraining order. A restraining order stops people from doing something. A protection order is when you're protected because someone has threatened to do you physical bodily injury or harm. And because she's pregnant, that protection order would apply to both her and the baby. Just so y'all understand that. That protection order would be extended to the baby as well. Because naturally, newborn babies with the mother. So they wouldn't sign an order against the mother and not include the child, especially as a newborn. So if he couldn't even go around her, let's say he knew where she was and he knew she was somewhere giving birth and he decides to go up there, she probably would have called the police and he would have gone to jail for violating the terms of that protection order. So if he can't go around her or communicate with her, that's a full protection order. And he's not even saying why a judge will sign something like that. You can't make this up.
And when the courts wouldn't step up and do anything about it, I was left incapacitated. I wasn't able to do anything. You know what I mean? But you got to fight, though. It's too early, though. You know what I mean? So you got to fight. As far as the restraining order, they have to prove that. You know what I mean? She has to prove grounds for why you need to be restrained away from her. I have a restraining order hearing coming up right now.
She's already proven it. That's why he can't go near or communicate with her. She's already proven it. And because he's an idiot, he doesn't know that you can actually do an emergency petition for a restraining or protection order. That can be done under an emergency. That means if she filed an emergency petition for a TRO, she could have actually had a hearing the same day. They would have put down an emergency, and then, of course, she has to list the extenuating circumstances. And I do believe that the fact she's pregnant had a lot to do with it, factored into it. And who knows what he said or did to warrant that. Even with an attorney. He said he had his attorney file a petition for custody to try to get this process started. And then she filed an emergency TRO petition. And then got the order probably signed the same day. And in the state of Georgia, you don't even have to serve the defendant if it's an emergency TRO or TPO. You can have what's called an ex parte hearing, which is a rare scenario where it's one of those proceedings where an ex parte hearing can be conducted and then the defendant is served thereafter, and then they're scheduled to actually go to an actual either a status conference or have an actual trial hearing on it to determine whether or not they're going to make this something more permanent or are they just going to extend the actual TPO itself. But even with him having an attorney, she still got that TPO in place. So it's already done. It can be done within a day.
Stalker that I know of, a girl who, is stalking me. I no longer want a relationship with her. And so she got a restraining order to try to further, slander me and dox me and assassinate my character online. So she filed a fraudulent restraining order with all kind of lies in it. You know what I mean? That she's going to have to prove in court. None of it is true because she's the stalker. You know what I mean? So, don't worry about that, bro. She has to defend that. She has to defend that.
Making
but don't
these
give up on your baby, man.
accusations.
You got to keep going. That child did not ask to be here and she needs you in her life. You keep on going. If you got to take a break and get your mind together, you take a break, but you get back out there for your baby because you made her and she didn't ask to be here.
Yeah. The only reason I was really considering like stopping is because I feel like the child's mother, we haven't seen eye to eye throughout our relationship. But
y'all don't have to though. Y'all don't have to. Yeah. You get your partial custody from court and you spend your time with your daughter on your time. You don't have to. Y'all don't have. I would like for y'all to work together. That's best for the child. But if she's not going to work with you, she's not going to work with you. But hopefully she will respect the court. See, in my case, neither of my children's mothers respected the court, and the court never punished them for not following through. You see that? So you have to.
What do you mean, Umar? What did the order say? Now he's coming off like they violated an order. He's out of his damn mind. He's such a pathological liar. I have no reason to even give him the benefit of the doubt. Umar, stop lying. Stop lying. You're making it seem as if the mothers are violating a court order. Because if they were doing that, wouldn't you have filed a motion for contempt? Would you not have tried to have them held in contempt of court? That's not, obviously, it's not the case. Umar is too much of a narcissist to just give up if he's got the upper hand. So if there was an order in place and they violated it, he definitely would have went to court to try to hold both of them in contempt of court. He's full of shit. No, they're not violating no order, Umar. You just didn't get custody. And it's not partial custody. It's called joint custody. Hell, we'll go back to this a little bit. This is unbelievable.
Slander me and dox me and assassinate my character online. So she filed.
How they slander and dox you? They're in a court battle with you for custody. How did they say no? I don't know where he lived. I don't know his mother's address. So how would you dox? Does he not know certain court documents is public information? You can't make this up.
fraudulent restraining order with all kind of lies in it. You know what I mean? That she's going to have to prove in court none of it is true because she's the
Just
stalker.
because he called
You know
it
what I mean?
fraudulent
So,
doesn't mean
don't worry about that, bro. She has to defend that. She has to defend that. But don't give up on your baby, man. You got to keep going. That child did not ask to be here, and she needs you in her life. You keep on going. If you got to take a break and get your mind together, you take a break, but you get back out there for your baby because you made her, and she didn't ask to be here.
Yeah. The only reason I was really considering like stopping is because I feel like the child's mother, you know, we haven't seen eye to eye throughout our relationship, but
y'all don't have to though. Y'all don't have to. Yeah. You get your partial custody from court, and you spend your time with your daughter on your time. You don't have. Y'all don't have. I would like for y'all to work together. That's best for the child. But if she's not going to work with you, she's not going to work with you. But hopefully, she will respect the court. See, in my case, neither of my children's mothers respected the court, and the court never punished them for not following through. You see that? So you have to.
They're not going to punish them if they're not violating the order. And if anybody had to operate court based on what you think it should be, Umar, every judge will be corrupt as hell. Every last one of them. He wants favors. He wants things to be going his way. He wants everything on a silver platter. This is unbelievable. This is somebody who does not take care. He didn't make any effort to really try to fight to get his kids. Because if that be the case, he would be more involved in their life. Even if the kids got to 18, he could have still put the effort out there. So when he had the opportunity to do it, once they became of age, he still didn't. And it has the nerve to talk about anybody heard and seen from Baby Smurf. What do you mean? I thought you was doing everything you can to stay in your child's life. What a hypocrite. Clown.
You know what I mean? At least you have to fight and see if she will respect the court order. You cannot quit because you haven't even done it yet. You got to get you a custody order and you got to fight. I'm
only 22, and this is just like I had to get 2 different attorneys for the custody and one to get the restraining order dismissed, and it's to the point where it's like I'm having to use all my finances for this, and you know there's a chance where the court may not even go on my, you know, this may not even go on my favor.
Right. But we still got to fight. It sounds like you cannot quit, sir. You cannot quit. It's not easy, brother. I cried some days. You hear me fighting for my oldest daughter? I cried some days. You know what I mean? When the courts wouldn't even, you know, do.
And he quit because he does not communicate with his oldest daughter now that she's over 18. When she at least tried to say, hey, let's link up. Let's do this. Let's try to get to know each other. He's on video talking about, well, where's her mother? It's my understanding she well over 21. What does that have to do with the mother? Why are you incorporating the mother? She's a grown woman after 18, let alone after 21. At 21, you old enough to drink, drive, buy cigarettes, definitely still go to the military, get a job. You old enough to do most of those things at 21. So what's his excuse now? Because when the opportunity is available for him to go out his way to be in her life, now all of a sudden he's asking about where she is. He's not trying to connect with her. He's bringing up her mother. You can't make this up. He's a hypocrite. He has no interest in that.
Anything about her mother not letting me see her, bro. It's painful. It's going to hurt you, but you have to do it because you got to be able to look your baby in the eye and let her know I fought for you until I couldn't because the courts wouldn't back me up. You see, I fought with lawyers. I fought without lawyers, but you don't have any time in yet. Good brother is what I'm trying to say. You have not fought yet. You have to fight. If that means you got to get another job, you get another job, and just let this be a lesson to you that the next time you get with a woman, practice safe sex so you don't end up in a situation like this. I'm not blaming
Oh my God. Oh my God. The hypocrisy. It's disgusting. The hypocrisy is so disgusting. Umar, you didn't even use a condom. You got 3 or 4 kids by 3 or 4 different women. He is a flat out hypocrite. Y'all know narcissists don't understand the concept of hypocrisy though, right? Because it doesn't matter whatever they're talking about. They're always going to try to have the upper hand. And then you got the Ogoonie Goon squad that still doesn't understand, you know, basic 3-4 letter words and stuff and definitions of terms that are just going to do nothing but, you know, kiss his ass and try to defend him despite the blatant hypocrisy here. Why didn't you use a condom, Umar? Why are you procreating with everybody you laying down with? And then not just that, he's nasty with it. He's dated 2 sisters that had the same father. Let's not forget this. This man has been known to sleep with married women. And then turn around and say, if you don't want her, I'll take her. sitting here actually messing with two sisters that share the same father, different mothers. You can't make this stuff up. Condoms existed when you were procreating, Umar. You Oompa Loompa. Why didn't you wear one? Now you want to sit here and blame it on the fact, oh, well, she wanted me to marry her and I just didn't see her fit, so whatever. Oh, okay, so I thought marriage was a business. You can't make this up. The hypocrisy.
She's dead wrong. But we live in a society where the baby moms are always right, even when they're wrong. Nobody's going to hold her accountable because she's a baby mom. That's the way it goes. In my situation, I was always wrong, even when I was right. That's the world we live in. And that's why, as men, we have to be careful about laying down with these women who are traumatized, have negative beliefs about fatherhood. I didn't know that my daughter's mothers did not value Black fatherhood. They didn't value Black fatherhood, but I didn't know it. And that's one thing that we as Black men have to really assess for when we get with these women. Does she value Black fatherhood? Does she value Black fatherhood? My oldest daughter, man, when she came back into my life this year, crashing out, I couldn't believe that her mother didn't raise her the way that I thought she was raising her. She should have.
Oh my God. I can't believe you didn't try to actually fight to stay in her life. We can't believe that now that she's over 18 and the mother is not a factor, you're still trying to factor in the mother. He is blaming the mother for not raising the child in his mind according to what he thought she was going to do regarding raising the child. Are you kidding? Do you understand why him saying that they violated the courts is a joke? If they did anything that was out of pocket, if he really cared, he would have taken that evidence and went back to court and said, Your Honor, listen, my child with her mother is being starved. She's not going to the doctor. She's being neglected. She's got all these random men around my kids. That she's doing drugs, something. You would have taken that to court if it was that heinous that warranted you to petition the court to give you more custody. Don't y'all think if he had the opportunity to actually have some valuable evidence to take these mothers to court, that he would have done it? Oh, I didn't know she wasn't going to raise her the way I thought she was going to raise her. What do you mean? Man, they need to sue his ass. This is stupid.
They called me to come and get my daughter. I would have gladly took my daughter and raised her myself. The problem is my daughter was the only thing her mother had to use against me. She was the only weapon her mother had to use against me. And guess what she did? She kept her away from me to punish me and didn't even raise her right. So her hate for me was stronger than her love for her daughter. Her hate for me was stronger than her love for her daughter. So instead of calling me and say, I can't do it no more, I've done it this.
Y'all heard this? Y'all see this? He's saying her daughter. He's not even recognizing the daughter to be his. He is arbitrarily saying her daughter. Like that's just hers and she didn't have any help in procreation.
I cried some days, you know what I mean? When the courts wouldn't even, do anything about her mother not letting me see her, bro. It's painful. It's going to hurt you, but you have to do it. You got to look your baby in the eye and let her know I fought for you until I couldn't because the courts wouldn't back me up.
Oh my damn.
You see, I fought with lawyers. I fought without lawyers, but you don't have any time in yet, good brothers. What I'm trying to say, you have not fought yet. You have to fight. If that means you got to get another job, you get another job, and just let this be a lesson to you that the next time you get with a woman,
Andre, this was on the 15th.
Safe sex so you don't end up in a situation like this. I'm not blaming you for how she's treating you. She's dead wrong. But we live in a society where the baby moms are always right, even when they're wrong. Nobody's going to hold her accountable because she's a baby mom. That's the way it goes. In my situation, I was always wrong, even when I was right. That's the world we live in. And that's why, as men, we have to be careful about laying down with these women who are traumatized, have negative beliefs about fatherhood. I didn't know that my daughter's mothers did not value Black fatherhood. They didn't value Black fatherhood, but I didn't know it. And that's one thing.
Umar, because you didn't know it, because you didn't get the chance to know them. They probably would never, ever want to bring you around their fathers, especially now. Obviously, they know you a lot more than anyone else because a judge gave them custody as well. And you're sitting here saying they didn't raise she didn't raise her daughter. He's saying he's not even like taking ownership like in every sentence. Anytime he refers to her, he's saying her daughter. Well, she's had her mother. I would have gladly taken my daughter. Well, if you're saying that she did things that was somehow, something you can prove in court to be anything that would show that she's unfit, why wouldn't you take that to court and use that to try to get custody? Is it because none of that existed, Umar? Is it because the mother actually was probably a good mother? Your kid gets 18. You can't control every movement they make when they become an adult. But even now, you have the opportunity to reach out and establish a relationship now that she is a grown woman, and you don't even try. And you're still blaming the mother. And this girl was 21.
That we as black men have to really assess for when we get with these women. Does she value black fatherhood? Does she value black fatherhood? My oldest daughter, man, when she came back into my life this year, crashing out, I couldn't believe that her mother didn't raise her the way that I thought she was raising her. She should have been called me to come and get my daughter. I would have gladly took my daughter and raised her myself. The problem is my daughter was the only thing her mother had to use against me. She was the only weapon her mother had to use against me. And guess what she did? She kept her away from me to punish me and didn't even raise her right. So her hate for me was stronger than her love for her daughter. Her hate for me was stronger than her love for her daughter. So instead of calling me and say, I can't do it no more, I've done it this first half of her life, I need you to take it the other half. Does she value black fatherhood?
You can't
Does she value black fatherhood? My oldest daughter, man, when she came back into my life this year, crashing out, I couldn't believe that her mother didn't raise her the way that I thought she was raising her. She should have been called me to come and get my daughter. I would have gladly took my daughter and raised her myself. The problem is my daughter was the only thing her mother had to use against me. She was the only weapon her mother had to use against me. And guess what she did? She kept her away from me to punish me and didn't even raise her right. So her hate for me was stronger than her love for her daughter. Her hate for me was stronger than her love for her daughter. So instead of calling me and say, I can't do it no more, I've done it this first half of her life.
Instead of saying her daughter, why don't you say our daughter? Well, hell, even my daughter. Once again, he's full of crap. He has nothing but time and opportunity to forge some type of relationship, and he won't even try. There's no court order in place stopping him from forging a relationship with his over 21-year-old daughter now. Why isn't he trying? This is so disgusting, man. It's an insult to those who may have legitimate concerns about the other parent. And the court agrees by giving them an order. And you're sitting here trying to say that she lied, slandered, doxed you in family court because reasons, while you don't show any interest in her after she turned 21. Let's go back to 18. When she's able to make the decision to be in her father's life and to have her father in her life, he does not even try.
I need you to take it the other half. I would have took it, bro. I would have took it, but she didn't want to give me the one thing that I always wanted, which was my child. And so my daughter had to suffer for that. And now I got to try to put the pieces back together now. You see that? So I don't want you going through that, bro. I don't want you going through that when your 23-year-old daughter calls you out the blue one day or get on the internet and start slandering you, knowing damn well her mother's the reason that she wasn't in her life. I don't want you going through that, brother. Fight for your baby. And if you need to talk to somebody while you're going through that, you text me, Dr. Umar, I need to talk to you because I've been through it already, bro. I've been through it already. I don't want you to go through it, but you got to fight for that child. I fought for mine. I can look my daughter in the face and tell her I fought for you, and I got the paperwork to show it. I need you to be able to do the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Never mind the fact that he won't say why the court still gave the mother custody and why he has supervised visitation with the third child. Never mind that. Nope. Now you're sitting here looking for her on social media as well. It makes you look just as dumb, Umar. Anyone seen Papa Smurf, Baby Smurf? Has anyone seen or heard from Baby Smurf? What? Why he cleaning toilets?
Now, keep your head up, bro. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. It ain't easy, but it's worth it.
And just one more thing though before we get off the line. It's another thing is like it's to the point where the police are getting involved. Like I've never had a criminal record, never had the police being called on me, and I don't think she's realizing like the danger that's putting me in because
she don't care about the danger that's putting you in. She don't care. You understand? She don't care. You just have to be careful.
That's the whole video right there, and I think it picks up at the second part of the second video. So we're gonna just pause it here, and then we'll pick up the rest of this on tomorrow in part 3. But this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. How much longer was this call with this young man? Because he's sitting here trying to give him what's basically legal advice. Even if you're trying to encourage someone, you can only speak from experience. You can't be the biggest hypocrite on earth, and you're trying to actually sit here and encourage him to keep fighting. You talking about you cried, and now you don't even damn care if she's dead or alive? I got to try to put the pieces together. How are you doing that? Umar is disturbed and soulless. The lies in this, he's just, like there's no information or video evidence or anything to debunk him. He pretends like he occupies this planet by himself. Delusional. And now, oh man, let's see that right quick. Because I'm trying to figure out what the heck happened. So tomorrow we'll start this. This is the second video from Danny's World. It's an hour 27 minutes. But we'll do that one tomorrow. Where is the video? Here it is. This is
the officer. No reason that his daughter should be missing for 3 weeks. Guarantees.
What the hell?
I've noticed her face. It's like her skin is peeling.
Okay. Let's check this out right quick. If y'all want to, if you gotta check out, it's okay. I understand because I know it's 2:22 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys gotta check out, I get it, but I gotta see this because this is the same clown that said he's trying to put the pieces together. And this video is Umar's daughter missing, found by Israelite officer and hospitalized. What? Y'all, this is also on Danny's World. Make sure you go check out her channel and show some love. This is something else.
It feels good to stop caring sometimes, you know? It feels good to stop caring. I care too much about people who don't really matter, including my parents. What the hell? It is what it is.
Anissa? That's her name?
Yep, let's bring this other brother. I think this is the officer out of Maryland.
917, you on the air.
Oh my
917, you there?
Hey, shalom, Cap. Y'all was just the this officer, police officer 5000 William out of DC. Shalom, Captain Zaria, Captain.
You said Officer William, right?
Shalom, Captain.
Come, Most High in Christ, man. Listen, man. I was General Hyman called me and told me, you know, what you went through, and I said, man, I got to bring this brother on to Cross the Line Radio to tell this story. I want everybody to listen to the story. I remember a couple years ago, me, Kadazan, Young Pharaoh did this episode where we was talking about Nature Boy. And what made that story stand out as we doing that show about with Young Pharaoh talking about Nature Boy, we found out that a brother in our school, a sister in a school, a beautiful sister in the school that's near and dear to my heart, was able to escape them, marry a brother in our school, and then we was able to get her son from Nature Boy. So we kind of like got a history of actually loving Black people. You understand? So can you tell us, now I titled this, Officer in ISCBK Rescue Celebrity's Daughter. I want you, like, and I damn near don't want to interrupt, but I know I am because the brother is about to tell, this is about to be like, what's the guy from Star Wars? What's his name? John Lucas? Is that the writer? Who's the director?
George Lucas.
This is about to be like George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Spike Lee. This nigga's animated with the story. So, brother, I want you to go ahead and tell this story. When did this happen? Can you tell us when this happened?
This happened last night, sir.
I thought it happened like a couple days ago. So you're saying this happened last night?
I have charges on my invoice that I didn't work.
An Israelite? An Israelite found her?
I don't care anymore. I'm tired. I don't care anymore. Now I really don't care anymore.
It's not this girl?
Okay. What was I about to do?
A Hebrew Israelite found Umar? Not an actual Israelite. So was it? Hold on.
I'm not calling the motherfucker.
Was it an actual Israelite or a Hebrew Israelite? It says found by Israelite officer. You can't make this up. Oh, it's no description here. Hold on. This is insane, y'all. I'm. Let me know if I'm misunderstanding this. It wasn't an actual Israelite officer. Yo, have a good night. Fi. Thank you tuning in. I appreciate it. This is the oldest. An Israelite found her.
Too old, not a little ass girl.
I'm not calling nobody. Whatever happens, happens. I don't care at this point. Honestly, I don't. I don't care.
Yeah, you see how I looked at it?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
send to my email. Trade-in offers. Okay, that's it. Yeah. I go down here and I'm like, oh, that's how you have it. Items in your order. So you don't.
What?
The floor is yours, brother. I want you to tell a story. I may at points, but I do want you to tell a story. Spare no detail. Do your thing out. Spare no detail. Do your thing out.
Yeah, I was at the slave, right? I was actually waiting on a call from Captain Mashak, right? And as the call comes in, the call I'm waiting for, a sister. I'm in a. By the way, I'm at a slave in a shopping strip, right? It's not a mall, but it's a shopping strip. There's a parking lot right in front of us. There's cars going by. So I'm just standing out there waiting for the call. As the call is coming in, I go to answer the call, and some random young sister comes to me and says, "Could you help me? Somebody's trying to kill me." I'm like, okay.
And so she just ran in the store and came straight. Did she go to anybody else? She just came straight to you?
Well, I'm standing outside the store.
Okay, I got you. So you outside the store. Okay.
And she ran to me. So I'm the district manager for that
Thank
area.
you.
So I was just visiting that store that day. I
Boss.
just happened to be
You like the boss. You know you black. You know black people. They like to let you know they title. I ain't no regular nigga. I'm the district manager. Pop your shit, man. They the district manager of the store. All right, go ahead. You ain't no lightweight.
Okay, so when she says that, being to Hebrew Academy and all that, I'm like, okay, I don't know what this sister's on, right? I don't know if she's really in danger. I don't know if she's lining me up. Holiday season's coming up.
Right.
So I bring her into the store and I lock the doors. There's the store managers in there, a couple of sales reps are in there. So they're in there with us. So I lock the door because I don't know who's following her. So I turn to her and I say, "Are you okay?" At the same time, I'm looking outside. There's nobody outside. It's a ghost town. So she's like, and this is her exact words. She says, "My father is a celebrity and somebody's trying to kill me." And I'm like, that's a weird choice of words.
Right. That is a weird choice of words.
Oh my God.
Right. Now, did you think she was capping?
Well, when she said it like that, I looked at her face. First of all, when she's a young sister.
Okay.
But her face was like, her skin was peeling.
Okay.
Kind of, right? I looked at her jacket. It was a jacket I could tell she hadn't washed in a little while. And she had a tote bag full of clothes. Right? So I'm examining her. I'm looking at her up and down trying to figure out what's going on with this sister. So everybody else is just, that was in the store. The store manager, the reps, they just stayed to a corner, right? They don't know what's going on. But they don't understand why I locked the door.
Wow.
So I'm saying, who's trying to kill you, sis? And she says, repeats it again. My father's a celebrity and somebody's trying to kill me. Can I use your phone? I said, no problem. I go and I get the store phone to give to her. She says, the number I want to call is on my phone, but my phone is dead. Do you have a charger? I bring the sister to a corner and let her sit down. I give her a charger to charge her phone because there's a plug right there. So she's charging her phone and she just starts talking gibberish. Like she's talking about, I'm an entrepreneur. I own 5 businesses. I'm seeing the sister's not right in her mind.
Right. Because of the way she's talking, like she's rambling and everything like that. Got it. I'm with you.
What?
So she just rambling and talking about random things. So as soon as the phone comes on, like her cell phone gets some power, she calls 911 immediately. I'm like, that's weird. Like she said she had somebody to call, right? She could have use the cell phone to call 911.
You thought she was going to call a family member or something like that, I'm assuming. Right.
That was the last
This
thing
is
to me.
so
Right.
weird.
She calls 911. And as soon as they pick up the phone, she puts him on speaker and she's speaking to some woman over the phone, some police officer. She says, "Hi, my father's a celebrity and somebody's trying to kill me." Again, right? These are exact words. So the person is trying to keep her calm and ask her, who is it and what's going on? And ask her, what's her name? She says her name. Right?
Right.
When she says her name, I go right on my phone and I'm trying to figure out who's your celebrity father. So I put in her first name and her last name, and then I put daughter of, and boom, it pops up. Right? It pops up I don't know if you want me to say it.
Not yet.
So, boom, so-and-so, the daughter of this person, the estranged daughter of this person, who has a mental illness. It pops up just like that. And I just I see the pictures of her. I'm saying, yeah, this is her.
Right.
So
you can't
at that
make
point, I
this
realized,
up.
okay, this sister just needs help, right? So I'm talking to her, and she's talking gibberish again. And we're waiting for the police to get there. The police arrive. Some white man walks in first. And he walks in, and he goes to her, and she tells him the same line, "My father's a celebrity. Somebody's trying to kill me." So he starts asking her who impressing her, but she is just talking nonsense. I own 5 businesses. I'm an entrepreneur. Things that got nothing to do with nothing. So he's getting frustrated. So he's asking, so what do you want me to do? Well, she says, you're a cop. I just told you somebody's trying to kill me.
Right. Wait, back up to that. So she keeps saying that, and then remind me back about 5 steps. Not 5 steps, about 10 seconds, and say that part again.
Okay, she keeps repeating the same thing and talking gibberish at the same time. So the police officers get frustrated, visibly frustrated, right? So he's like, so what do you want me to do? How can I help
Explain
you?
to me why is he, and is this cop an Edomite cop? Is this cop a black cop?
It's an Edomite.
So this
It's an
Edomite
Edomite.
cop is getting frustrated. Now, why
Wait,
is he
what?
getting frustrated?
Because he can't get no straight answers out of her.
Okay, because she's incoherent. And the reason why I ask you that is because in the normal world, cops are supposed to be prepared for all things.
Right.
So the logo on their police car says protect and serve. That's what it says.
Okay.
So as he's supposed to be serving her, he's getting irritated by her. Is that what you're saying?
Okay, in the normal world, I just want to point out that no one is referred to as an Edomite. So I'm gonna assume that this is not just a typical Israelite. I think Manny said is a Hebrew Israelite, but living in the U.S. Correct me if I'm wrong. Not an Israelite as if she was in Israel, but like an actual black Hebrew Israelite or black Israelite. Is that it? Because that's not. No one calls each other as an Edomite on average. It's not something I'm familiar with hearing someone being referred to as.
Come visibly also.
Visibly. And
Visibly.
So you can see it. You can see how
Okay.
visibly upset she
Okay.
is. Go ahead.
I can see it and she can see it.
Okay, got it.
Because
That's
she started getting an attitude with him.
Uh-huh. So she's getting
getting
attitude because she see that this man is not this officer. She's in danger. She feels she's in danger. Somebody's trying to unalive her. She's calling the police. The police come, and then they're not giving her the help that an officer is supposed to give.
Okay.
Gotcha. And I'm just trying to paint the picture for everybody. That's all I'm doing. Go ahead.
Okay. So he says to her, so what do you want from me? How can I help you? He says, well, you're a cop. I'm telling you somebody's trying to unalive me. You got to do your job. He says, but I don't know what you want
black
from me.
Hebrew
Like, you keep
Israelite.
telling you about
Got
your
it.
job, you're entrepreneur, what do you want? And she says, what's your job? At that point, when she said that to him, he got upset. He said, you know what? I'm going to give you a case number. I'm going to go in my car, get a business card. I'm going to write a case number for you. You do what you want with it.
So this white officer comes to the rescue, and because she's irate, unstable, instead of like he didn't even think to call no help or no backup, no nothing like that. He said, "I'm gonna give you a case number." So this is what is this at again? What city is this?
This is Elton, Maryland.
In Maryland. So the cops in Maryland don't care. And think about this earlier when General Mahim was saying how the cops didn't come with dumb gabar. Cops ain't coming and showing up nowhere. This cop called to the scene to help and said, "I'm gonna give you a card." If that was a Karen, he'd have did that. You'd have been in handcuffs. So he made sure. But in this instance, my cop says, "F this black woman. I'm gonna give her a card." Go ahead, you can finish.
Okay. So at that point, he walks out of the store to go to his car. So I follow him outside, right? Discreetly, because the sister's still frustrated. I don't even want her to see me talk to him. I just went outside, like I went to get some fresh air. As he's coming back into the store from the car, I said, "Can you possibly call ambulance for her? Because she's visibly, frustrated, having a panic attack, and she's clearly mentally ill. Can you call ambulance?" He looked at me. He says, "Do you just want me to ask her to leave? Because I could trespass her." I said, "No."
Wait. Hold on. So now the cop is saying, "I don't give a fuck about this girl. Do you want me to just trespass her to make her leave?" Do y'all know what that means? So this woman feels her life is in danger. She's clearly irate. She's clearly off her rocker. And instead of trying to offer help to her, he's coming to the brother to say, "Hey, you want me to get rid of her?" Go ahead. Go ahead up.
Because he probably thought that I was just trying to get rid of her. That's why I'm asking him to get an ambulance. I said, "No, she's not doing anything wrong. I'm worried about her. I want to make sure she's good." He takes a deep breath. He goes in there and says, "Ma'am, would you like me to get an ambulance for you?" She says, "Actually, yes." When she said that, he sucked his teeth.
Wait, so because who asked for the ambulance?
I asked him to get her ambulance.
I know. I wanted everybody to hear that again. I want y'all to hear that.
Now, I will say this, because the police officer, I don't care about what skin color he is, because I've seen some shoddy ass black officers as well. So I refuse to sit here and make a distinction between a bad white cop and a bad black cop. I'm not doing it. They both bad, and that's it. Forget the race. The officer should have been able to pick up and discern that himself, because part of their training is being able to recognize if someone is having what's called the mental health crisis, especially when they're saying things that could, or it just flat out, even if you don't perceive it, they're just saying things flat out where they want to either self-harm or harm others. So if they become an actual threat to themselves and to others, part of their training is to ensure at the very least that they get the paramedics, ambulance, and have them taken to, there's some hospitals out that do emergency services for mental health. They'll put you in observation, something to that extent. But there are some mental health providers out there, or hospitals out there rather, where you can go to the ER, just like a standard, general medical hospital. So why wouldn't the officer just do that? And that, yeah, to what he's describing right now, yeah, the cop messed up and was about to drop the ball because he just didn't want to sign. He didn't want to do any work. And I'm not saying there aren't some cops out there that will show some level of bias or even racism. I'm not excluding that because I'm a Black woman. But the cop himself, Black or white, should have done the right thing and just asked up front based on what she's saying and how she's acting, the repetitiveness of what she's saying. And then it's not giving clear details. She's just saying somebody after me, but not saying exactly where she was. Where did she come from? What did the person look like if she saw her? If she saw the person. She didn't give any details either. So it will come off erratic. But that could be more of a sign of some sort of mental health crisis. So yeah, the cop messed up. And then he got an attitude when she said yes, she wanted an ambulance. Because she probably felt safe to go to the hospital just if someone is out trying to take a life. Then yeah, the best place to hide would be the hospital. That's but I mean, the cop just, he didn't want to do his job. That's horrible.
Again, what? Again, I want y'all to hear that again. What? Huh?
They guessing.
Oh, everybody, I want y'all to pay attention. The cop wanted to throw her away. The real officer of the Lord said, let's get her an ambulance, which lets you know who should be in charge of us.
Right.
That's us. We should be in charge because remember, now, just think about as we telling this story. What was it, last week, DA, DeBar Mouth? Last week or a week ago, DA sees a brother get on the bus. He's the driver of the bus. DA sees the brother, I'm going to say his name. We call him DA for short. DeBar Mouth sees the brother get on the bus, but there's a silver alert. I think there's a silver alert for him. So when he sees him, he sits him down, talks to him, calls the police, get the silver alert, saves him.
Thank you, Lene. How you doing as well? That's straight logical information right here. She got beat up twice in the street, once by mother and a other time by her cousin. Wow. So Black Hebrew isn't a policeman. I know. I mean, it's like I thought that was an officer, unless he's an officer that works in the store, like a security officer, maybe, or he works in like like crime prevention, where they go out and he makes sure people not stealing, asset recovery or something like that. Because isn't that the reason her going in and going to that person? BB said agreed. This is crazy. Shout out to you, Lene. The fact that community just overlooked this is just BS. I don't respect any of them. The focus on what color the cop is BS compared to a Black man that has left his daughter out in a damn street. Exactly. This is what I mean by the hypocrisy of Umar. When he had the chance to try to forge a relationship with her after she turned 18, he still did not take advantage of the opportunity. So he can't keep crying about something that happened over 21, 22 plus years ago, or when she was a baby, when he's now got the opportunity and he's still not taking advantage of it. And then because he's so petty and vindictive, he sent people to other people's houses that have spoke critically of him. Is it so hard to believe that he may have somebody doing something, trying to do something to his daughter? He don't have a problem sending out addresses and telling his old Goonie Goon squad to go out and go to people's houses and try to walk up on people at their houses or make threats to do harm to people. He's been doing that for years. Would it be hard to believe, especially for a daughter he does not have any interest in being a part of her life? Would it be hard to believe that he probably could say or do something to have somebody going after her? We're not gonna pretend like he's never done that. He has literally sent people to people's houses, to their homes, dogs people, put their addresses out there, information about their jobs, names, phone numbers, emails that are not available to the public. That's his MO. So I would not find it hard to believe that he could have sent someone after her because mean words and shit. She said something on social media he didn't like. I don't think it matters to him because he don't care. Francisca said both these officers dealt with this wrong. Which she said alone, someone is trying to kill me and they should have called an ambulance. Yeah, exactly. So the guy that worked at the store, I'm assuming is just a security guard, not necessarily a police officer, because he would have done that stuff himself if he were. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say he was not an actual commissioned officer. This is crazy.
Here it is. The officer that's supposed to be called to save does not save. It's the Israelite that's saving. It's the Israelite that's saying, hey, call an ambulance. Go ahead, brother. Right at the ambulance.
So she says, yes, I actually would like an ambulance.
She has mental
He
health.
sets his seat and he calls it in. And right after he calls it in, he says to her, do you need me to stay here with you until the ambulance comes? And she says, that would be nice. Man rolls his eyes. Like, I'm watching this devil. Like, this language is like, it's crazy. So at that point, after and she's still there talking and she's just playing on her phone and going on. The ambulance comes and they're asking her questions, what kind of medication she's on. And while they're asking her that, a brother who's also a cop comes in.
All right, y'all. We got a black cop coming. Wow. You know the white cop hate black people, but the black cop gonna love black people, right? They don't bleed blue. Go ahead, brother.
So the black cop comes in and he just comes in. He's just standing there. You know how they stand with their hands right up under their vest,
right?
And just stands there and just looking.
Right.
He does look at me. He nods at me, right? Because I was looking at him. He nods at me. So I go over there. I say,
"What vibe did you get off the nod?"
It wasn't no. It was kind of like he sees me looking at him. It's like, okay, I see you too, kind of. Like,
exactly.
I mean, I acknowledge you also.
Right. Okay.
Right. So I go over to him. I say, excuse me, brother. Now I use the word brother on purpose, right? And then he kind of like lightened up. And I was like, don't you have some kind of a missing person file you can look up to see if this is on this list?
You said
he said, oh,
yeah, missing person. This is you asking about a missing person. Now, why? Okay. Now, because you told me this story yesterday, and I just wanted to blank it because I didn't want to hear the answer, and so I want to ask you today. You said you thought about missing persons, right?
Okay.
Wow.
Out of all things to ask for, because she's coming in there thinking somebody's chasing her, she's frantic. She could be unstable because somebody could have been chasing her. What made you ask about missing persons? Like, what made you go that route?
Oh, come on. So I'm just watching her. I've noticed her face. It's like her skin is peeling. She probably hasn't washed her face in a while. Her jacket is filthy. She has a bag full of clothes. I mean, she doesn't look like she's been in a home. And this is a young girl. But her age was 20. She was 23 years old. 23.
23.
This is a young girl.
Like, she looked like she was dragged, or she looked like she'd been outside. She looked like she'd been.
Wow.
She gave you like tore down, dirty. She gave you that look to where you had to ask. And the reason why I'm asking that because it wasn't like a drug. Was it like a drug? Did it look like a drugged out? Did it look like abuse, or did it just look like untaken care of? How did it look to you?
Like a sheep without a shepherd. Like she was just outside, and she's and also she was saying things like when she was talking, she said certain things. She was like, I'm out here, like I gotta do what I gotta do to get a little bit of money to eat. She's saying things like that.
Right. Okay. So now,
so I'm listening. I'm like, this is
that definitely hurts.
Okay, so let me ask this: why does she know where the grandmother lived? Where Umar's mother is? I'm wondering has she tried to go to that house because he's not trying to help. I mean, hell, what's to stop her? Let's say she showed up at Umar's at her grandmother's house. Umar's mother. What would really stop her from, if the mother's in there alive and possibly there was someone that's caring for her, because Umar's barely, doing it. But let's say she get there and someone's there to open the door. If he's not even there, then he can't really force her to leave. He's not on the lease if she's getting Section 8. So what would really stop her from going to the grandmother's house? And who she know in Maryland? Because they said she's in Maryland. Like, is her mother there or what? So she's homeless, basically.
Saying she got to do things to get to eat. That means she ain't got no place. That means she. Yep, I'm with you. I'm with you. It's coming around the corner now. It's coming around the corner now.
Okay. Okay, so I go to the brother, I'm like, do you have like a list of missing people? You can make sure this is not on this list. He says, oh, no, all I got to do is just run her ID. And he goes over there, he says, you got any ID on you? Nobody.
And this is you talking to the cop. To my audience, do y'all hear who's the police officer in this scenario? This brother is the police officer. He's doing the job that you think the officer would do. All the officer want to do is come there and leave. That officer want to check in and check out. This brother is doing a full-out investigation in a profession that's not his. But the profession of loving black people is his profession. Even at your theory. Like, he damn near like got his cake. He got his garment on top of the.
She thinks her grandmother is dead? Really? That's crazy. You know what? We all asking the same thing. I've been asking, 2-3 weeks straight for Umar to show proof of life? Actually, almost a month. For Umar to show proof of life of his mother. And we all wondering the same thing. Did she pass away and he just failed to do anything about it? This is insane. I don't think I don't think her mom knows she's unwell. Wow, and her mom is in Maryland. Has anyone tried to have her taken into the hospital? Whether she wants to voluntarily go or not? I don't think the mom's been around the family to see it. This is her mother threw her out. Oh wow. That I was about to say, if she knows her grandmother, baby girl, can go there. And what about the rest of the family? This is craziness. Exactly. Who is Jamal? Jamal's wife. Is Jamal the nephew that did the interview with Lennon on her? Jamal's wife passed. Wow. Exactly. Race doesn't determine character. Not at all. Umar said he took him, mom, to the movies after she sits all day watching movies. What? This is sad. Yeah, it is. Her mom knows that she is mental. Okay. Jamal is Umar's dad. Oh, okay. So her grandfather's deceased. The grandmother, no one knows if she's alive. Umar don't even want to be bothered with her. And her mom put her out. So she's basically homeless. This is crazy. Jamal Umar's dad. Yeah. Man, this is insane. Let's get back to it.
The suit or attire that he has on is on top of his real superhero garment. He's asking all the questions. Because now you just said you about to ask for the ID, right?
Oh my God.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So I go and the brother says, oh, I just need her ID. So he goes over to her. And he's like, you got any ID on you? And she said, I do have a passport. So she hands him his passport. He just calls it in. And I'm not even exaggerating, sir. Within a minute, it came back. She's missing from Philly 3 weeks.
So it immediately came back.
Lo and behold,
if you wouldn't have asked this fucking question, just think about that. If this brother would not have asked the questions that he asked for an ambulance, asked for missing persons, asked for the ID, asked her how she's living, this sister would still be missing. She's fine. And somebody loves her, somebody cares for her. Because how old did you say she was?
23 years old, sir.
23-year-old black woman. And somebody loves her. So her running away is not something that the family don't care about it. The family, because a lot of times when women and men run away, they just gone. You don't put out a missing persons. You don't do that. But the fact that they did it because you said it popped up right away, right?
Within a minute.
And who did they say it was? Shaw. Who did they say it was?
Who did they say it was? That was who put out the missing person?
No. Who was the missing person?
Oh, her name. Okay, her name is Anissa Abdullah.
And who is
right? She's the daughter of Dr. Umar Johnson.
That's Umar Johnson's daughter, y'all. Umar,
psychiatrist.
Umar Johnson, the psychiatrist. His daughter was missing for 3 weeks. Where was she missing from? Philadelphia, right? Or PA area?
Philadelphia, sir.
So she's been missing for 3
Why does this sound like Umar on the phone? This is supposed to be the black Hebrew Israelite that he's talking to. Why does it sound like Umar? Anyone notice that? Missing for 3 weeks. Technically, she is an adult, so it's not like she was a missing child. But I mean, if the pattern behavior, they can't do a missing person for an adult, or even if they just kind of, I mean, they don't even know where she is, so it's kind of hard to do a wellness check. And you can't have her, was it 54 to 504 or something like that, where you just take them to a hospital in a crisis. But the fact she was willing to go to the hospital by ambulance, goes to show she was cognitive enough to know to try to get some medical help. It would be different if she denied it, but she didn't. She said, "Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'll go to the hospital. Yeah, please call me an ambulance." This is so weird. See, he does sound like Umar, right? It sounds like Umar. You can't make this up. I'm just kind of like, okay. So the black Hebrew Israelite is not an officer. Instead of her asking him to call the police, which is, yeah, that's unusual. Very, because if you're in help, you're like, call 911, call 911. So she didn't ask him to call 911. She called. Was it because she wanted the phone? All 911 calls are recorded, right? So maybe that was her way of trying to get a call documented, as opposed to someone calling on her behalf, where she could call 911 herself, because the call would have been recorded. And then you can get a FOIA request for the call, because that's public information. So someone could easily FOIA for that 911 call from Maryland, whatever local police department is in that area, whoever has jurisdiction, you can do a FOIA for that 911 call. That's the only reason I can think of as to why she didn't ask the guy that called the police and wanted to do it herself. That's if you're trying to get somebody to capture you calling the police. Because otherwise, it will be a waste of time. If you feel like you need help, you're running for your life, you need safety. First thing you're going to go in and say is, somebody call 911, somebody's trying to kill me. Anybody call 911, right? She didn't do that. So I'm wondering, was she trying to get that documented so that people know she's out there, maybe? I don't know.
Weeks. No contact, no nothing. And let me tell you, if anybody knows the history of Umar Johnson's daughter, she's been a little off for some time, probably from what the mother has done, causing this strained relationship. Umar, as she's tried to reach out in the crazy way that she hit, as she did, Umar not recognizing that, yes, her mother did some crazy things, and yes, she's acting crazy, but this still supposed to be your daughter. This is supposed to be your daughter, and at some point, we have to have compassion on our mothers, our fathers, our daughters, our sons. There's no reason that his daughter should be missing for 3 weeks. Guarantee you, she probably was chasing some boy. That boy got her on the run. Boy got her out there. Boy probably promised her, "Oh, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna live here. We're gonna do this, get there." And of course, once she gets there, and then they have a falling out, probably throws her away. Now she homeless. Now she on the run. Probably had a psychotic episode, which is why she's running to you, saying that somebody's trying to unalive her. Without her doing that, she would still be missing. I personally tried to reach out to Umar Johnson. I had one number for him. I called the number, left a voicemail. I tried to reach out to him through Instagram to explain to him the situation, because I thought he might appreciate it. We didn't take advantage. This ain't even a story to bash. It's hard to bash directly, but it is an eye-opening story, because when are we going to take the responsibility? When are we going to take the bull by the horns? And that's what she needs. That if there ain't a cry for help, this is the cry for help. Somebody should usually I'll make a clip and send it to people. Everybody watching this should send this clip to Umar Johnson, flood his inbox, and say, "Hey man, these Israelite brothers saved your daughter. Your daughter needs help. Yes, you travel around the world. Yes, you're a doctor. Yes, you're intelligent. We know you're trying to build a school. We know all of that. But what about your..."
I would object to him being smart or intelligent or, learned. I just, he never tried to really initiate contact with her. And he's supposed to be the parent. My question is, does Umar even care? Like, this is insane. I get, she definitely sounds like she needs some help. And the way she was acting in the beginning, even if she's not necessarily diagnosed with anything, you can't deny that the behavior was erratic. And the way she was acting, it seemed like either she's faking it till she makes it, or something was truly going wrong, or she's having a mental health crisis. Maybe it's not someone after her, but maybe she's having hallucinations. Who knows? But this is why Umar should make more effort to be in her life as well. It's kind of hard to say that, you know, it's kind of hard to say that this is a ruse when he's known to, not be a part of her life either, and still wants to blame her mom.
Daughter. What about your daughter that
He's
you can
ashamed
give
of
a
his
minute
daughter.
to? What about your daughter you can give an hour to? You telling me that your life is so hectic that you can't take some time to try to get this sister straight? If this sister passed away, y'all telling me he's not going to regret it? Y'all telling me he won't use it? I remember a while ago, Juvenile had a daughter that passed away, and he was all sorry about it, and they were saying he was never in that kid's life. If something happens to this daughter, what are they going to say about Umar? And this is the problem that we have, which would coincide with the rest of the show, that we give so much love and we give so much idolatry to men and women that we look up to, that their daughter can be missing for 3 weeks, and this ain't even on the news.
Man,
this ain't even in the story. Has anybody looked up, besides it being reported, somebody look this up for me? Somebody look up and see, has anybody been looking for Umar Johnson's daughter? Did anybody know she was missing? Did anybody put out any warning signs? I remember there's a brother in our school that left our school, and I remember I forget who it was. I don't think it was Kadazai, but somebody found a missing persons of that brother on the train. And you know what we did, Kadazai? You remember that, Kadazai?
No, that wasn't me.
No. But do you remember the story is what I'm saying?
I don't recall.
Barack Anayah was on the missing persons. You don't remember that?
Okay, I do remember that. I remember that, and then I think we got in touch with his sister.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Barack Anayah was a brother that was in ISUPK. I named him, his sister, his mama, his grandmother, and his father. And they left the school, joined IUIC. He went crazy. There was a missing persons thing that we saw on the train. And although that brother left the truth, we still contacted his family to see what we could do to save him because we saw it. Umar Johnson needs to do a better job because his daughter is clearly deranged. This ain't to absolve her from anything. She's 23 years old. But if you see...
I have no idea. Did he say the actual Israelite's name? I don't even know who's hosting this live stream here. Anybody know the content? Because this video was uploaded to Danny's World. Who's the actual content creator that's talking?
If my daughter was 23 years old and crazy, I would stop and do something. Like Kamara UPK said, what happened to Black Queens Forever? Basil said she found nothing online about Umar Johnson's daughter. Umar Johnson, we saved your daughter's life, brother. And for no other reason than that's our job. It's not about accolade. It's not about anything. He didn't know, the officer didn't know that was your daughter when he said, let's get the ambulance. Let's get an ID. Are you kidnapped? He did that because he saw a woman in travail. Excellent fucking workout.
Cross the line radio. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I got two more things for you on this. Right? What you said was so heavy, and it's actually heartbreaking. I'm gonna tell you why. As I was saying to Captain Shot, Captain Shot was explaining what was happening to me, and I was telling him that she kept saying, "My father's a celebrity. Somebody's trying to murder me."
Mm-hmm.
Even though she's at odds with her father, but in her mind, the only way for her to have value or any value is if people know her father's a celebrity.
Yep.
That's the only way for her to have any value. This is a sister, a Black woman, and she hates her father. She has a beef with her father.
No, go ahead. She hates her father. Go ahead.
Yeah, she has a beef with her father. She's, as they say, estranged from her father.
Mm-hmm.
But in her time of need, all she could say is maybe somebody will save me because my father's a celebrity.
Yep. In her weakness, she wants her father. And her strength is chaotic because she doesn't have no real strength. She's weak. Like all girls, all kids that don't have their fathers are messed up. They're not as strong as they need to be. In their time of travail, that's what they want. She knew if I said my father's a celebrity, it's going to get her what she needs because she needed help. She believed in her mind because think about how them two officers is the proof that she had to tell you that her father was a celebrity. Because in her mind, if she tell you she's just a random Black woman, she thinks that you would have thrown her away. So she figured she's a celebrity, you're going to do it because it says she's a celebrity. You would have done it regardless. How do I know you would have done it regardless? Because I've seen DeBar Mont do it regardless. I've seen the brother in New Orleans do it regardless. I've seen us do it regardless. To us, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so my question would be, did she ever disclose any information about this person she suspects is trying to kill her or trying to terminate her? Did she ever even give a description? Did she see somebody, a car, maybe them walking? You know, was it like maybe she was on an alley or side street? Maybe somebody thought she was, easy to rob. I mean, what did she give any information to the what's this, the Israelite officer? Did she give him any information?
Of who you are, Black, Hispanic, Native Indian. If there's help that ISUPK can give, we're going to give it.
That's right.
Con, you said was that it? You said it was two more things.
Oh, no, the second thing is when they found out she was a missing person, you should have seen the swarm of police all of a sudden. Now she mattered. The sergeant came down. Like I had a store full of police officers now. The same person that was willing to pass away to push off, swarm of police officers now. Now all the lights, the sirens outside, and you think it was like a mass shooting.
So after you set it all off, now they come. I hate white people. I hate the cops.
Oh no,
they job. But that's a beautiful thing that you did out, and I wanted you to be able to come out here and tell that story. I think it's amazing. I think it's absolutely.
Okay. I need to say this just so we're all clear. I do not share that sentiment about hating white people. I don't. Because I'm thinking of like real logical questions here. And yes, the officer should not have smacked the seat if these things occurred. First of all, there would be some body camera footage on the officer. I would probably, if I have some information, I don't mind putting in a FOIA request to get the police body cam. Because this is so weird. Was she able to record a video of herself here? Maybe it's coming up.
Anything else you want to add?
That was incredible. That was incredible work, Hebrew.
Sorry, sir. Go on, sir. No, I just want to shout out to all the brothers who raised us.
Yeah, right.
I mean, to think critically and not to overlook things. I mean, down here in DC, from John Sharamar to Joe Katham, Joe Q, Cat Mashak, Cat Nathak, Cat Ashapari, on down. I mean, a lot for their leadership. They raised us to think.
Yeah, I want the body camera footage. I want the police body camera footage because this is so. I have a whole lot of questions, and I probably get a lot of these answers if I'm able to see the police body cam footage. Yeah. I want to get, if anyone has any information about maybe the name of the store, perhaps the name or badge number of the officer, so that I can put down as much details as possible to FOIA the police body camera footage. I want the body camera footage.
On behalf of Black people.
Absolutely.
And of course, all
Damn right. Damn right. Excellent work again. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shabbat Kathah.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat Kathah.
Especially because you could be wrong now. Thank you.
Is this at the store?
It feels good to stop caring sometimes, It feels good to stop caring. I care too much about people who don't really matter, including my parents. It is what it is. Oh well. I don't care. Something happened to me, whatever. Something happened to them. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm starting to come to terms with that. I really don't care no more. Whatever happens. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. This is really dangerous. This is what you call ideations. It's like she's saying these hinter points, that like making these statements alluding to her not caring about anything like life in general. Where is she right here in this video? This is at the store. I want the police body camera. Yes, the police body camera footage is public information. You can FOIA and actually get the police body camera footage, unless it's being used as a part of a federal investigation, and they have some sort of a lockdown on that and don't want that released because it's connected to something like a federal investigation or some sort of criminal matter that's, a little bit more restricted. If it's not a part of any investigations, they will have no problem releasing it under federal law. Because I want the police body cam. I just want to see kind of like the police interaction.
Thank you. Yes, the cops are here. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm here sitting right now because of Jesus. Nobody else. Because of God. That's it. That's why I really don't care. Thank you, God. I'm sorry to be there. Thank you, Jesus. They are here. They want to see all of it. How you doing? Hold on, I'm gonna mute this.
No. See, y'all see why I want the police body cam? I now really want the police body cam. I really want the police body camera. Listen, just a heads up. If you guys call the police and you don't want your face shown or something like that, make sure you make it known, because they have to record either way. That if anyone requested, you want your face blurred out. Because she's not a minor, more than likely, if it's not related to an investigation, they're going to release the raw body camera footage of the police officer. It went from her being in the store to now her being what looks like the hospital. So you miss out on that entire dialogue between her and the cop. This is so weird. Yeah, send it to me, Lene. I really want. If anyone has the police body cam, I want to get it. I want to foyer it. Umar needs to help his daughter. Charity starts at home. If he can't fix his own household, how can he fix a whole race of people? Exactly. This is so weird. I want the police body camera footage. Okay, is this me or her? She muted the video. I think this is her muting it because I didn't mute it. Erratic breathing. Exactly. Like a panic. Elton, Maryland. Okay. So she muted the video. Thank you, Esfa. Thank you, Manny. Oh my God. She keeps muting the video. So they kept her. Oh boy. Oh my God. Her hand. What is going on? She's using this book to send a message. Yeah, this is something else. What What happened? Yeah, was that just some dead skin? What happened to her hand? Yeah, she's stressed. Panic attack. Exactly. Put on med. Yeah, she needs some help. She's only 23. And her hand's looking like that. And she's on the street. Lord knows when the last time she's had a good shower or been able to really wash her hands or drink a lot of water. She's definitely dehydrated. That's how I feel. The acting the erratic behavior is very similar. See, this is why I want police body camera footage because we missed out a whole dialogue between her and the cop, and I'm wondering if the police asked her about who does she think is trying to harm her or might be after her. And I don't know if the other person, the Israelite guy, I don't know if the that guy was wearing a camera, and it will be harder to get any type of footage from inside the store. And the police body cam would be available to the public. So I want to do a foyer for that body cam. It's like she's watching somebody talk. Are they outside talking? Maybe about the hospital staff talking to the officer or the paramedics or something. Did she ever give a hint of who might be after her? Yeah, I promise you, I'm not. This video is not muted. She's muting the video on her end. And I want to do a foyer for the police body camera footage. Because I fail to believe after this point, even if the police officer found out she's the daughter of Umar Johnson, right? I fail to believe he didn't try to ask, who do you think is after you? Who do you think is trying to harm you? Because there's no way a whole dialogue like that took place after he's had to get the ambulance out, notice her behavior, her speech, and all these things. And if she's saying someone's out to try to take my life, yeah, you're gonna ask questions. As a good police officer would. That's why I want the police body cam. Because if he dropped the ball and failed to ask those type of questions, then he didn't do his due diligence either. And I'm wondering if she would have just volunteered that information. She said somebody's after her. She needs help. You believe so? That she's just manic? This is something crazy. And that's the thing. Even if, let's say, if she's having a manic episode, the police still should have gone through the steps to ask, if she's alleging it. Not saying that is, 100% true. I'm just saying if that is what she alleges, I would have expected the cop, you know, to at least ask some questions about who does she think is after her. And then he would have probably made, a conscious decision from there to determine whether or not that might have some validity to it. But if there's any chance she brought that up, it would have been to the police officer and it would be on his camera. And then if not, he dropped the ball. He should have at least asked the questions, is my point. My point is the cop should have asked the questions if she's alleging that, because that's very serious. He already slacked up and tried to walk away from it and be dismissive of it. Okay, I see it. Thank you, Lene. So she doesn't turn the sound back on? I don't think the sound comes back. Wait, what? Hold on. Damn. She turned the sound back on when it's almost done. She's dehydrated. It should have gave her fluids.
Sorry.
You can't make this up. This is something else. This is her in the store, y'all.
It feels good to stop caring sometimes, you know? It feels good to stop caring. I care too much about people who don't really matter, including my parents. It is what it is.
You can't make this up, man. I want the police body cam. I want to see that first before I got your video, your email, Lene. Thank you for sending it to me. Before I watch that, I want to see the police body cam, because that's going to answer a lot more questions and try to get whatever the dialogue was. That to me would be more is pertinent to try to get that dialogue, because otherwise, who knows what's happening here. This is so crazy. Yeah, I saw her, she was breathing very labored. I don't know if she, and this is the thing. This is why I want the dialogue between her and the officer, because that'll give me better context to try to understand what's happening with her. If she's doing this intentionally, like the labor breathing to induce a panic attack, or if she's naturally just kind of having this panic episode type of, labor breathing. And then she's staring at the door most of the time, and it's like, what? Yeah, this is something else. All right, y'all. I'm going to if I can, let's see. I would need, if anyone knows the officer's name, that would be great. Or I'm wondering if the content creator, I see Captain Tazaric TV. This is his channel here. Let me go down here and Cross the Line Radio Thursdays, 10 p.m. Will he have any information? The Black Hebrew Israelite, the person that he interviewed, would that person have any information about the officer that he can provide, like just the officer's name and badge number? You think she got an incident number for a police report? I don't want the report. I really want the body cam footage, because that's gonna tell me everything with the video. I want the interaction between her and the police officer, because if he didn't do a report or give her an incident number, probably didn't even do a report, which would just be another sign of slacking. This is insane. So this whole video here is like 2 hours, 29 minutes. Yeah, it's over 2 hours. I'm trying to see if there's anything in here where she mentions like who might be after her, if that's the case. Yeah, maybe he can get. Can it? Would they be able to get in contact with that person to get the information from the officer? If not, I'll just have to work with that. What date did this occur? Did this happen on the same day they streamed this on November 13th? They may give it to you. Captain's pretty good guy. Okay. I'll leave a comment. This is crazy. Man, this is something else. And you would think he would just he knows he's watching YouTube. That Umar is watching any and everybody, especially if you are talking about his estranged daughter. He's definitely going to watch this interview. So it's like, did he say anything about this? Did he do a video on this? Did Umar ever do a video about this? He had to because the ambulance came, so he had to do a report concept. Okay. The other daughter may have it. The worst of her photos and lives are a lot. Oh my God. That happened the night before. So it happened on November. This was live stream November. So it happened on November 12th. So at least I have a date. And they said it was in the evening times. So I can give a time frame. Because you want to be as detailed as possible in these FOIA requests. And this was in Maryland. What was the city? District manager. So okay, so he's the district manager. Did they say the city? Elton, Maryland. All right. So we got a date and a city location. Okay. So I'm just typing in the chat so I don't forget. Elton, Maryland. On November 12th. And they were in a T-Mobile store. Was that a T-Mobile store? It looked like a T-Mobile store. Let me play this while I'm typing this up.
So the cops in Maryland don't care. And think about this earlier when Jenna Maheim was saying how they didn't come.
She says, actually, yes. When she said that, he sucked his teeth. Like a white man sucked his teeth.
Wait, so because who asked for the ambulance?
I asked him to get her ambulance.
I know. I wanted everybody to hear that again. I want y'all to hear that again. What? Huh?
They guessing.
Oh, everybody, I want y'all to pay attention.
This
the cop wanted to throw her away. The real officer of the Lord said, let's get her an ambulance, which lets you know who alert for him. So when he sees him, he sits him down, talks to him, calls
up and down, trying to figure out what's going on with the sister.
What time was it?
At points, but I do want you to tell a story. Spare no detail.
In a shopping strip. Right? It's not a mall, but it's a shopping strip. There's a parking lot right in front of us. There's cars going by. So I'm just standing out there waiting for the call. As the call is coming in, I go to answer the call, and some random young sister comes to me and says, could you help me? Somebody's trying to kill me. I'm like, okay.
And so she just ran in the store and came straight. Did she go to anybody else? She just came straight to you?
Well, I'm standing outside the store.
Okay, sir. I got you. So you outside the store. Okay.
And she ran to me. So I'm the district manager for that area. So I was just visiting that
You
store
like
that
the
day. I
boss.
just happened to
So
be
you saying
visiting.
you like the boss. You know you black. You know black people, they like to let you know they title. I ain't no regular nigga. I'm the district man.
Just
Yeah,
make
pop
sure.
your shit. Listen, pop your shit, man. They the district manager of the store. All right, go ahead. You ain't no lightweight.
Oh God. So oh God. So when she says that, you know, being through Hebrew Academy and all that, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
So I mean, man, this is crazy. I'm gonna be honest. At the end of the day, this young lady is 23. You know, we're already concerned about his mother. Umar is just, he doesn't care about any and every person around him that, you know, are having a hard time. And he's not helping. It's not like he's trying to show that he's actually showing genuine concern or empathy. The way he treats his mother is the way he's treating his daughter. And this is insane. This is madness. While he's sitting here doing interviews, trying to tell other parents how to raise their kids, influencing other parents to not give their kids medication if it's prescribed. That is dangerous in and of itself. You can't make this up. And I have to finish the complaint. I started on the complaint. I have to finish it up with the board of psychology, because that you're talking about a level of danger that could really bring some harm upon some kids, especially if you get this gullible ass dumb parent that decides to get to take their kids off of medication. That is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. And he's doing all of this and he doesn't even care about what's happening with his daughter. Ugh. This is something else. All right, y'all. I don't even know what else to say. I just would need more context. And this is craziness. Because, I mean, I've worked in healthcare for years, and it's not just doctors that are taught to do no harm. You know, if you care about the health and welfare of people, you care about them, period. Just as much as we want to keep the general public safe from Umar out here running around acting as if he's a licensed, certified psychologist, giving parents badass advice that could put their child's, you know, treatment in danger. I would have to have the same concern about how he's treating his mother. The concern that she has not left this house in months. No one knows what's going on. He's harboring her away from her own children and grandchildren. And now you have the daughter out here basically homeless on the street in Maryland. Being empathetic is not something you just cut on and cut off. I mean, especially when you don't understand what's really going on. Now, it looks like she went where she needed to be, to the hospital. But this is crazy. And he won't even try to help her. Has he even done a video about this? This is ridiculous. He's definitely a monster. I've been saying that. I don't give Umar any pass, because you're a narcissistic, pathological liar. You don't get a pass from me. So it's not just his mom now. Now you talk about his daughter. Even with her saying that someone may be after her to do her harm, that should have definitely warranted an investigation. Because I would hate to hear this young lady, God forbid, turn up to see somewhere. It's not something you would want a 23-year-old to go through. I don't care what skin color the cops are, what she is. I'm with you, Rivka. I don't care about no skin color. I care about people. And this is unusual. This is highly unusual. Highly unusual behavior. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me. We're going on almost 4 hours. We're into 3 hours, 50 minutes. We're going to be back again and do part 3 to his fake psychology nonsense from his mama's closet. And of course, I'm trying to at least get in Candace, and we got to get in Nature Boy this weekend. And I won't be able to do it till Saturday. So we're going to try to definitely get in a Nature Boy episode to get back to that series, because, it's funny how these connections are lining up between Umar, Nature Boy, Young Pharaoh, Polite, all these people are seemingly connected together. And it's ironic that we were going through the Nature Boy series on Hood Horrors channel. Shout out to Hood Horrors. So Saturday, I will schedule a live for us to at least do 2 episodes of Nature Boy, so y'all can understand how dangerous these cults are and why polygamy is not the answer. This is crazy. So you guys tune in, and thank you all so much. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys for engaging. Thank you guys for being concerned. I mean, I think, any mother, any parent would be concerned about what's going on with this young lady just as much as we are with the mother, and all the people he's out here, these kids can't help who their parents are, and the mothers are gullible enough to listen to Umar's nonsense and not even ask about a license or certification. It's insane. So I will see you guys in the next one, and until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.